Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Sean Ryder. Round one of the NFL Draft is tonight in Pittsburgh. The Jets have the second overall pick in the first round and plenty of draft capital. ESPN NFL reporter Dan Graziano.
They have so many picks this year and next that they have the ability to maneuver however they want. If you're the Jets and you have, like, look, this is hypothetical, but if you have, like, the top two wide receivers in whatever order, and then you see a drop-off after that, and you're worried both those guys are going to be gone, then I think that's when you start to think about making this move to go up and make sure you get a Carnell Tate or a Jordan Tyson if that's your top two, and if you think number three is way beneath them.
And you can listen to the first round of the NFL Draft right here on ESPN Radio. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can watch the draft on ESPN and ABC at 8 Eastern. Breaking NBA news, ESPN's Shams Charania reports that the Bucks are finalizing a deal with Taylor Jenkins to be their new head coach. Thunder star forward Jalen Williams has a strained left hamstring, will miss Game 3 of their first-round playoff series against the Suns on Saturday. Will also be out for Game 4. BYU's A.J. DeBonson declaring for the NBA Draft.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Friday, I'll give you my winners and losers from the first round of the NFL Draft. It's unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock! Go!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Matt Moscona, feel like coming home today, man. I could not be more excited to be here on the parade grounds here at LSU. I love coming back to campus, a place where I spent a lot of years, like many of you did. And we're here for a really special reason, as you well know, as you should well know by now, as we've talked about. We're here for Team Kate. Kate Hargett is an 11-year-old girl who needs a bone marrow transplant to save her life. And so we're here to encourage people to come. Simple cheek swab. The primary candidate for a bone marrow donation would be 18 to 35 years old, which is why, naturally, we're at a college campus, a lot of younger people. But that does not preclude you, so please stop by if you can. We're right in front of the Union. If you can't, we have all the info on our website about how you can get a swab kit sent to you, and so you can participate. So we'll be talking about that plenty throughout the show. I also understand, massive day. The NFL Draft is here. LSU had their final media availability for spring, so we have a ton to do, so let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Okay, y'all, NFL Draft Day 1 is here. A self-described draft nerd am I. I love the draft. I love everything about the draft. I love how silly it can be, the trades, how big of a deal we make of things where most of these players probably won't amount to anything. A lot of them won't even make the teams that draft them. But you can also make over your franchise. I mean, this is how you build your organization. Think about where the Saints were a year ago. Despair, the emperor of empty yards, Derek Carr, just dragging this organization into the depths of football hell. And then you use a second-round pick on Tyler Shuck. You appear to have hit, and now all of a sudden we have reason for optimism surrounding this team and this franchise moving forward. That is the great part of the NFL draft. It gives everyone hope that you are one Joe Burrow at the first pick or one Mr. Irrelevant in the final pick from being potentially a team that can be a contender in the Super Bowl. So, yes, I love the draft and I'm excited about it. So we are naturally keeping a very close eye on all of the news as it transpires today involving the New Orleans Saints, a lot of the rumors, reports surrounding New Orleans. For what it's worth, there are two things I think that are primarily relevant. First and foremost, Ian Rappaport earlier today, this was Thursday on the NFL Network. Rappaport mentioned the Saints as a team that could be one to keep an eye on as far as moving up in round one.
The potential of number 3, yes. I do expect Jeremiah Love to be in play there at number 3. But, Tom, the Arizona Cardinals and then probably the Tennessee Titans after them as well face a couple fascinating decisions because if Arvell Reese is there, I would expect him to garner significant trade interest from other teams in the top 10. The New Orleans Saints and Mickey Loomis have traded up plenty of times over the last decade. They've never met a big-time player they didn't at least consider trading up for. You'd wonder, considering they need an edge, Cam Jordan not signed, would they be a potential team? And then the Kansas City Chiefs also looking for players on the edge. Could they be a team that looks to come up to 3 or 4 for an edge rusher? That is going to be one of the biggest pressure points very early in this draft.
So it is widely assumed that David Bailey is going to be the second pick of the draft to the Jets. We know Fernando Mendoza will go number 1 overall to the Raiders. The draft will really start at number 2 with the Jets. If it is David Bailey, then it's okay. Pay attention for the Saints and anyone that might be interested in moving up for Arvell Reese, the other elite edge rusher, or the other name that's kind of been bandied about a little bit here is the Saints and others potentially moving up to 3 if there is interest in drafting Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. Now, you know very well where I stand on this. I would puke in my mouth and I would come here tomorrow and have the most epic rant ever if the New Orleans Saints just spent $54 million to sign Travis Etienne and then they're going to go into the draft and move up to take another running back. I might disavow my Saints fandom in that moment if the Saints decided to do that in this draft. It would be a horrific mistake. I don't care how much you think Jeremiah Love is a dynamic running back or a great player. You are more than a running back away. You don't draft a running back in the top 10. I don't care who the running back is. That would be an absolute atrocity. I'll be on the record with that. And if we're sitting here tomorrow, not here, I'll be at Zurich tomorrow doing the show from 17. But if we're sitting here on Friday talking about this and the Saints have made a trade up to take Jeremiah Love, I will be absolutely incensed. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully the Saints stand pat. Now, Jordan Schultz also noted in his pre-draft notes, the top one is the high trade-up team many are eyeing is the Saints at number 8. So one of the things that I'll tell you, and we've talked about the Saints and possible trade-up scenarios, I am okay with the Saints trading up in this draft because they have 8 selections, and as we've gone through this before, they may not have 8 roster spots for 8 draft picks. So if you can package picks and take 5 that you think are going to make your team instead of 8, okay. What I don't like is the idea of giving up your early draft capital because you can get, in theory, starters at 8 and 42, and maybe even with your third-round pick you hit a year ago. So you talk about guys like Quincy Riley. You have an opportunity. I mean, Alvin Kamara was a third-round pick. Trey Hendrickson was a third-round pick. So you can find starters in round 3. I would not want the Saints to use their early draft capital to trade up. I would want them to make those picks in hopes of getting starting caliber players because the consensus among scouts in this draft is that the value, the depth is in rounds 2, 3, 4, right there in the middle of the draft. Maybe not the top end depth that you might see in other drafts, but that sort of middle tier of the draft. So you could, in theory, get great value there, and hopefully they do. Now, there's a lot. the betting odds today as we've been following this. Of course, we had Johnny Avello, the head odds maker for DraftKings, on the show a day ago, and he was going through a lot of the what-ifs and the scenarios for New Orleans and at the top of the draft. As it stands right now, as we're 4 hours or so away from the start of the draft, like at this very moment, the New Orleans Saints, when you look at the betting favorites for the Saints at 8, as of this very moment, Jordan Tyson, the receiver from Arizona State, is plus 210 to be the 8th pick in the draft. That, of course, would be to the New Orleans Saints. The second best odds, Mansour Delane at plus 425. If you're not familiar with how betting works, that means if you bet $100 and the pick is Tyson, you'd win 210. If you bet $100 on Delane and he were the pick, you'd win 425. So do they go receiver? Do they go defense? We'll all see in time. Lots of analysts have done sort of their mock draft, their final mock drafts. If you look at this mock draft roundup, 4 ESPN analysts, Matt Miller has Carnell Tate, Mel Kuyper says Ruben Bain, Jordan Reed says Mansour Delane, Phil Yates says Jordan Tyson. So 4 different ESPN analysts, all 4 picked a different player for New Orleans at 8 overall. At CBS, 4 analysts, Prisco and Mike Renner say Carnell Tate. Josh Edwards, who's going to be here in about an hour, and Jonathan Jones say Ruben Bain, although Jones has the Saints trading back to 12 to take Ruben Bain. And I think in that instance, Jonathan Jones might be high because the idea of Mickey Loomis trading back is really laughable. You see a lot of the familiar names. Albert Breer says Mansour Delane. Luke Easterling from Athlon, Mansour Delane. USA Today's mock drafts is Jordan Tyson. From NFL Media, Lance Zerline says Jordan Tyson. Daniel Jeremiah says they go up to 3 and take Arvell Reese. That's the big swing. Bucky Brooks says Ruben Bain. So again, across many different media outlets, there is no real consensus with the New Orleans Saints. You see Bain, Tate, Tyson, Delane, some trade up, some trade back. It's going to be fascinating to watch what happens today as it unfolds with the New Orleans Saints with the 8th pick. And, of course, we'll be following it here throughout the show if there's any movement before the start of the draft. All right, it is After Further Review. Our show open every day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU, and the official beer of your New Orleans Saints. So you're going to be watching the Saints hopefully draft their next Hall of Famer tonight. Make sure you do so with plenty of delicious ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of the New Orleans Saints. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review presented by Decision Critical. We're here at the LSU Parade Grounds, fired up to be here on a beautiful day. We're here for Team Kate, so come on by and see us. We are literally right, it's like the drive right in front of the Student Union from Memorial Tower that comes right here across from Veterans, the crosswalk. I mean, you cannot, if you know where the Union is, we are right in front of the Union on the parade grounds. Everyone who comes and gets swabbed gets a free cone of ice, so come hang out if you can. 18 to 35, those are the prime ages we're looking for people to come get swabbed to see if you might be a match to help save 11-year-old Kate Hargett. We're fired up to be here. So we'll talk plenty about that, and we'll have a lot of info on that throughout the day for you. But we always do catch up with Kendall Rogers from D1 Baseball to preview the weekend ahead in the Southeastern Conference, including LSU's trip to Mississippi State. We'll talk to Kendall when we come back here. Stay with us. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Goodwood. Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Hey, remember, we tell you so much about all the many different types of treatments they offer, including peptides. Peptides are something that I take. It can be life-changing. Highly recommend you take the time to educate yourself. Go meet with Gabe, any of the great specialists over at Goodwood, and learn what's available. You know, maybe it's peptides for brain fog, mental clarity. Maybe it's growth hormone peptides. Maybe it's BPC 157, which I've told you about before, incredible for muscle and tissue repair and to accelerate healing. There's anxiety. If you want a non-pharmaceutical option, they exist, they work. Learn more. yourgoodwood.com for Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness on Drusilla in Baton Rouge, and always online at yourgoodwood.com.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the new 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee with $15,000 off MSRP.
Plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou vehicles.
If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. We're here to serve you.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs, set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free, confidential help now.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
Rolling along here from the LSU Parade Grounds, all in support of Team Kate. Kate Hargett, 11-year-old, in need of a bone marrow transplant. It's a swab event, so come on by. It takes 30 seconds. Swab your cheek, get a free cone of ice, and hopefully help save Kate Hargett's life. That's why we're here. It's an awesome cause. She's such a sweetheart. Kate, her whole family, they're here today, and we're excited to be as well. Maybe not quite as excited to watch LSU baseball this weekend, but we're going to watch, regrettably. Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball, good enough to hang out with us as he does every Thursday, preview the weekend ahead in the Southeastern Conference. What up, dude?
Oh, not much. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen a more depressing weekend of watching LSU in a very long time than last weekend.
Hey, what was more surprising to you, Kendall? Was it or so far, has it been the relative offensive ineptitude or the inability to pitch it effectively?
Yeah, I think for me, I feel like it's the offense. If you look back to the series against A&M, two of those games, I wouldn't say LSU pitched amazing, but I feel like in two of those games, the pitching staff gave them a chance to at least be in the game. And I just felt like offensively, I can't remember if it was the series opener or the second game of the series. I remember it was about the fourth inning. A&M, I think, was up 4-0. LSU gets a guy on I want to say it was a 5-pitch walk. The next batter, it's like strike, punch out. double play inning over. And I just felt like that right there was pretty much the entire weekend for LSU. I was telling somebody this today. I don't remember watching LSU in the box. Number one, play in the box where it's that lifeless. And I don't blame LSU fans at all. Like, I'm not bagging on LSU fans. I'm bagging on the team not energizing that crowd at all. The other thing for me that stuck out is I can't remember, and I don't know if you felt the same way watching that series, but I can't remember the last time I watched LSU in a 3-game series where I didn't feel like they had any chance in hell to win. There was not an inning in that game where I'm like, oh, this is where LSU is going to score 5 runs, they're going to take the lead, and they're going to run away with this thing. I never thought that in the series, and that's alarming to me.
They never led in 3 games.
Yeah,
it's stunning to think. And now that's the insult to injury. The injury, of course, is that Cooper Moore and Jake Brown are done for the season. Just give me your overview there, Kendall, of the absence of those two and what it means for the next month.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations to where at this point, like, it's weird to say with LSU, but I mean, they are at this point playing with house money. Like, nobody expects them to get in the tournament anymore. Like, everybody expects their season to be over at the end of Hoover. So now it's like, if you're LSU, like, at this point, what do you have to lose? And so what I would like to see this team to do, and honestly, it kind of starts with Jay a little bit. Like, I know he said some very pointed things over the weekend, which he made some good points. I don't know if I'm saying that on April 17th, but I think he had some really good points. But I think now, if you go to Mississippi State this weekend, like, if you're LSU, again, you have nothing to lose. Mississippi State is trying to get back in the hosting mix. They're at home. Everybody thinks they're going to, I wouldn't say smoke, but everybody thinks they're going to beat LSU. So the pressure is on Mississippi State. So I'm curious now that the players know that Jay Brown's out. They know that nobody expects them to win. Do all of a sudden they play a lot better? I'm not going to say they're going to make some big run, but do they play a little bit more loose? I thought LSU looked very tight over the weekend, where A&M looked like the team that LSU typically is.
Yeah, that's a good comp. At Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball is where you can find him. So the Tigers go to Starkville to take on Mississippi State, and this is a State team that scuffled a bit, maybe found their footing. Tough place to play always, Super Bowl dog weekend. Is there a spot in this series this weekend where you look at LSU and, okay, well, maybe there the Tigers might have a pulse or an advantage against this State team?
Yeah, I do think Mississippi State, when you look at them overall, I think they're having some times this year where you can't hit them a little bit. I know over the weekend against South Carolina, their pitching was pretty good. But there have been a couple of series where they have been hit a little bit. So I think for me, I think if you're Jay Johnson, you start to get really creative offensively. You don't have one of your better hitters in the lineup. So kind of do what you can to move runners, create some momentum. And so that for me is just, the offense and can you just create things? That would be the one thing for me. Because I do think Mississippi State will score runs. And obviously it would be pretty important for LSU to score more than 2 runs a game this season.
Kendall, you tell me if I'm wrong, or you just have a better perspective on this. I look at State and I go, okay, I saw like where some projections that have this entire rotation from State as potential first rounders next year, but maybe not necessarily the depth offensively. So it feels like maybe LSU's pitching staff has a chance if they pitch it well to keep them in it. I mean, does it feel like that plays a little bit?
Yeah, it can. I mean, if you look at their numbers, kind of in conference play, I mean, there are some pretty familiar names that aren't really doing much. I mean, Ryder Woodson in conference play is hitting 240. Reed Stallman hitting 230. If you look at, Ace Reese, he hasn't not been very good in conference play. He's hitting 216 in SEC play. So, yeah, I do think if LSU pitches well, I think they can keep the series close. I think the other thing for me is they got to catch better. I mean, there were times over the weekend, and again, he's a young player, so I'm not trying to rag on him. But, like, there were a couple of times over the weekend where, like, Cerna framed a perfect pitch, like, out of the zone. Like, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, wait, hold on a second. He's framing a pitch right down the middle, like, inside. So, the pass balls, the wild pitches, or the pass balls that are scored wild pitches, the catching has to be better. It is really hard for a team to be really good if the catching is really bad.
Yeah. Tigers and Bulldogs. It's a Super Bulldog weekend in Starkville. It's going to be a madhouse there. It always is when LSU goes to Starkville. So we'll see if the Tigers have a little magic. Kendall, when we look quickly at the rest of the slate this weekend, is Georgia Ole Miss or is Oklahoma at Auburn? What's the headliner for you?
I think it's Georgia and Ole Miss. It feels like, Ole Miss, ever since that Mississippi State series where they got swept at home, has been a totally different team. Their offense has kind of gotten going a little bit. Cade Townsend's back from injury. Their pitching at the front of that rotation has been really good. So I think Ole Miss is top of mind. And then A&M in Florida is really interesting. We all know how well A&M's playing. Like, which Florida team shows up? You think LSU's frustrating. At least at this point, you kind of know what you're going to get. Florida, I mean, they may come out and get swept, or they may go out there and sweep Spain, and you just never know. Like, it just depends on whether or not Florida decides they want to play this weekend. So I think that is top of mind. And in terms of the at-large race, because, yes, LSU can still make a run here and get in the at-large race. If you're an LSU fan, as tough as it might be, you're rooting for Texas this weekend to sweep Vanderbilt. You do not want Vanderbilt to get in a position to where they can get in that large bid. If they do, the SEC is just not getting 14, so Vanderbilt would be that 13th team.
What about A&M on the road at Florida this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like A&M in it just because I think they're playing really well. I think if they pitch at all with how good their offense is, they can beat anybody. We kind of saw it against Texas. But again, Florida, for me, it just really depends on what kind of offensive production they can get. There have been weekends where Brendan Lawson and that offense have been rolling. And there have been weekends where they can't hit the broadside of a barn. So, it really just depends on what team shows up for Florida.
I mentioned it as well, but Oklahoma and Auburn, it feels like that's a team, a series where you got a couple teams lingering. I don't know what the ceiling is for those two teams, but they could certainly be playing postseason baseball at their ballparks. What do you see as maybe the key in that series with the Sooners on the Plains?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for OU, I think you guys kind of saw this the weekend they were in Baton Rouge, but can they manufacture enough run production on the road at Auburn? We've seen how much better Auburn's atmosphere has been this year. It's actually been a pretty tough place to play. Auburn's won 3 state series. Their pitching at the front of the rotation has been good. Mason McCrane offensively has been really good. So for me, it's can Reggie Willett's offense kind of get things going there? Auburn in a really good spot to host right now. Oklahoma, I think we had as this year they ranked the 32 seeds. I think we had Oklahoma as like the 20th seed. So OU, they go on the road this weekend and take a series from Auburn. They could be right back in that top 16 mix. So a lot to play for the Sooners this weekend. And again, can they manufacture enough offensively to kind of keep up with AU this weekend?
One more, Kendall. Take it outside the conference. So what are you keeping an eye on?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me as I look across the conference is just the number of kind of bubble teams that are playing this weekend. You got, Pittsburgh hosting Virginia, bubble team. Texas State at Coastal Carolina. Again, if you're an LSU fan, you're watching all these pretty closely. Texas State at Coastal Carolina, that's a big one for Texas State. If they lose that series, I think they're in a really tough spot from that large standpoint. And then, Wake Forest and Georgia Tech is top of mind. And outside of that, in terms of bubble, I would keep an eye on Purdue and USC. The classic West Coast rivalry, Purdue versus USC. But Purdue right now would be in the field of 64, which is kind of surprising. And USC, of course, with an RPI of 15. So keep an eye on that one.
He is Kendall Rogers from D1Baseball.com. Get him at Kendall Rogers. Good enough to hang out with us here every Thursday, preview the weekend ahead in the Southeastern Conference of College Baseball. Thanks, man. We always appreciate it.
You got it, buddy. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
You do the same, man. We appreciate it. There it is. My apologies. I pushed the wrong button. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here on this Thursday edition of AFR presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Always love telling you about our friends over at the Williamson Eye Center. Dr. Blake Williamson, his staff, awesome people. As I say every day, you want to ditch the contacts and glasses forever. The Williamson Eye Center can make that happen. All you have to do is set up that consultation to go meet with Dr. Blake. 924-2020, 924-2020. Call him right now. 924-2020. It's easy. There's no obligation. It doesn't cost you anything. Literally just seeing, is this something, as you get more information, that interests you? The opportunity to be rid of contacts and glasses forever. To be able to wake up in the morning and see, not have to remember to take your contacts out at night, remember to update your prescription, or find the readers that you sometimes leave on your head or your shirt or your pocket or wherever in your car. What if you never had to fool with that ever again? the Williamson Eye Center can make that happen. So call Dr. Blake at 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020, or williamsoneye.com. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. We're here at the Parade Grounds out at LSU for the Team Kate Swab event. We've been telling you about it for several weeks now, and the day is here, and we're excited. It's pretty turnout's been awesome. They've already had more than 400 people come out and get swabbed here at LSU. In conjunction with our friends at Our Lady of the Lake. They had an event at Fran U. I believe there's an event today or maybe tomorrow at the lake as well. But you can get all the info. We have it at our website at 1045ESPN.com if you want to get more. We got links on our social media as well. If you can't make it here, but you want to participate, you want to get swabbed to see if you might be a match to join the registry, you can do so. All you have to do is go to the link on our website. It'll take you right there, 1045ESPN.com. It's on our social media as well, so we appreciate it so much. And we'll see if Jenny and Kate can pop on with us a bit later. We'll have a lot of great guests that we're looking forward to, including LSU gymnast Ashley Cowan, who just jumped over here, and she's going to join us here in just a quick second as we come back from break. So stay with us here. It is a Thursday edition of AFR. We're presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing, and we're glad to have you hanging out with us here. So stick around with us on a Thursday edition of AFR live from the excuse me, wind just got me, live from the Parade Grounds on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
Love to tell you about our friends over at Duplessis Pools. If you're thinking of putting in that pool at your house, Derek Duplessis and our friends at Duplessis Pools, that's who you want to call. They can do a gorgeous custom pool for you over at Duplessis Pools. But the thing that really sets Duplessis Pools apart is their workmanship. There's a lot of companies that'll build you a beautiful pool. Go look at Instagram. They're everywhere. But the difference is Derek, with his engineering background, never skips steps and stands behind his work. The industry standard workmanship warranty is 1 year. At Duplessis Pools, they offer you a 10-year workmanship warranty. They warranty their work for a decade. It's Duplessis Pools. Check them out online. Start that process today. The website is duplessisbuilders.net. Online, duplessisbuilders.net.
Raising Cane's Texas Toast is a thick slice of bread, garlic buttered spread, grilled to golden perfection, and made to order just for you. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Most roofers just replace your shingles. At Pelican, we diagnose your roof, digging deep down to find the root cause of your roof symptoms. Now cough for me? Good. We don't ignore your roof's issues, we address them. Let's just take care of this right here. Helping your roof to become the best version of itself. Interesting that you would say that. How does that make you feel? So call Pelican Roofing for your free roof checkup today.
Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair,
Whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim, which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalvr.com.
Rolling along here, Thursday edition of AFR presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Not just healthcare, it's healthcare for your lifestyle. We're here today at the LSU Parade Grounds for the Team Kate Swab event. We're doing this in conjunction with our friends at Our Lady of the Lake, of course, great partners of ours, and they're also the championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Bridget, you need to move a little to your right because you're in front of the camera. No, like there's a camera right there. Ashley Cowan, LSU gymnast, good enough to join us here on site. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. So Ashley is one of the LSU athletes with Our Lady of the Lake. We actually had an opportunity for the Vanderbilt game up in Nashville, the football game earlier this year, to chat with Lexi and with Kaylin. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
How did you think their picks went? How'd they do?
I feel like they did pretty good.
Yeah, they did a solid job. Yeah. I told Jay Clark that he got good karma from the show, so that he could thank me for having them on the show, because obviously Kaylin went and had like the greatest individual season ever, right? So it's all we get all the credit for that.
Right.
At least 96% of the credit of that. Not as much. So obviously this past weekend, national championship finals was incredible. So close. I would imagine for you all, everybody's seen Jay's comments, it's probably a weird emotional balance, right? Where you're so close, you're the national runner-up, which is amazing, but you're also so close to being the national champion. So how do you feel coming off the national championship meet and the season ending?
I think a lot of it, I'm just proud of the girls. I mean, we had a really tough season, had to work through a lot of adversity just with injuries, just within the team, and so I'm just proud of us for really pulling it out. We had a little bit of an interesting semifinal, and so to be able to come into the finals and just really lay it out there and do something that we're proud of and represent LSU well was huge.
Semis were a little nerve-wracking watching it. I didn't love that it started at 3 o'clock while I'm on the air, so I'm like on air doing the show, trying to follow this, going like, please don't let this happen. I mean, was there a point though where you all felt? I know everyone's heard the story now with Kaylin sort of rallying everyone together. What was her message from your perspective?
So a lot of it during the semis, it kind of creeps in as you like go through those kinds of performances. It becomes so emotional, right? Because you're just in your postseason, you want to do well, you want to advance, and so you start having these feelings of like, oh, like we are really getting close here. We have to make a move in order to advance, and so we always have a team huddle after every event, and after that event, we had huddled up, we had said a couple of things, and Kay really had it on her chest to just say what she had to say and put it out there. She told me that she was going to regret it if she didn't say what she did to the team. And so she really just brought us back to the moment and reminded us of why we were there, what we needed to do, and just kept us where our feet were, where a bunch of our brains had kind of gone crazy because we didn't really know how the meet was going to end. And so she grounded us and got us ready to go and kill it on floor.
Well, you leave LSU as a national champion, as a national runner-up. I mean, it's pretty amazing, right? I mean, like when you think, have you had time to process your career yet?
I think I have a little bit. I think every year you kind of take a mental audit, depending on like how much of a thinker you are. But I spend a lot of my time in my brain just kind of like just being grateful. I mean, the experiences you get at LSU are truly like no other school, and it's such an awesome time to just make history with the program. To be the first group of national champions LSU has had as gymnasts has been really cool. But yeah, I think it's going to take a couple years maybe to set all of that set in. But it's been awesome just to have a little bit of everything with this team.
You said like how you think and how you process. I think she thinks a lot. She's pre-med at Just Learn, by the way. And you're taking the MCATs when, tomorrow?
On Saturday.
So you're just your classic, just underachiever, basically. A national champion gymnast and going to go, is pre-med and going to be a doctor and make us all look really bad. I talk on the radio, so you have that going for you. No, so have you thought about what type of medicine you want to practice?
I feel like everybody's told me kind of to go in with an open mind to medical school, so that's the big approach right now. I have some interest in, orthopedics, cardiology, but we'll really just see where it takes me.
Yeah, it's well, good luck on the MCATs. That's going to be. I'm sure you'll do fine. I mean, clearly you're brilliant. It's so unfair, but I'm very pumped for you. But you're here today. We're here for an awesome thing, right? I mean, you're in partnership with the Lake. We're in partnership with the Lake as well, and love that they'll wrap their arms around events like this. So, how did you become aware of Team Kate and what's going on here?
Well, I have honestly been reached out to by a bunch of students in the past 24 hours about it. I've seen it a little bit everywhere on social media, but also the Lake had reached out to me, kind of told me what was going on. And it's just such an awesome cause for just such a special person. Yeah. So it's been really cool.
Did you get to meet Kate yet?
I haven't.
Yeah, she's bebopping around. Yeah, there she is. Like she's in the pink shirt over there with her back. She's petting the dog. I mean, Ashley, you get it. It's like she's a little girl. I mean, she's 11 years old, and she's like so brave in the way that she's facing what she's facing, and she's got such a great energy and spirit about her. And I would love nothing more than to have someone here today come and get swabbed and find her match. I mean, it would be incredible if this event produces that for their family. Are amazing. Do things like this, I don't know if inspire you is the right word, but you're going into medicine obviously for a reason. So what was that push for you?
I mean, it's truly inspiring just to see somebody so young but yet so full of joy. I mean, we've seen her running out in the field out there, and still, right, and just with so much hope, I think, for the future. And so having an impact on anybody's life, I mean, we've had that with gymnastics. I get a awesome opportunity to do that. But just as anybody, like walking down the street, you can make an impact just by getting your cheeks swabbed and getting into the database. Yeah,
as Ashley said, and Ashley Cowan's with us, we're here today encouraging people between 18 and 35 to come here to the parade grounds right in front of the Union, get a cheek swab. It's like 30 seconds. I mean, it's nothing to get your cheek swabbed. Between 18 and 35 years old is sort of the target, and we're trying to find a match for Kate. She needs a life-saving bone marrow transplant. So we're sincerely hopeful that today produces that result that I know the Hargets are praying for, and so many of us are as well. And so we appreciate LSU for having us, Our Lady of the Lake, and everyone that's come together to put this together. I mean, I think there are already close to 500 people that have swabbed right here alone already, and they'll be back tomorrow if you can't make it today, or if you can't make it here, they can send you a swab kit. We have the info on our website at 1045ESPN.com, 1045ESPN.com, or on all of our social media. So there's plenty of ways you can get that info if you want to get a swab kit sent to you. Okay, how are they going to be next year?
I have no doubt that they're going to be just as extraordinary as this year.
Okay. Who do we need to be on the lookout for? Who is an ascending youngster that we think in the future is going to be a major impact contributor?
I mean, honestly,
I know you're going to say all of them, but I know, right? I know what you're going to say. Oh, they're all great. I know they're all great. You don't get to be a gymnast at LSU if you're not great. But I remember talking to Jay last year. It was he would talk about Kaylin and just about how much of an explosive athlete that she is. You could tell there was a little something different there, or maybe someone on an individual event that you think really catches your eye.
Good question. I think Zoe Miller is going to be unstoppable if she can get just her body functioning and working and all of her gymnastics back. I think it's going to be really cool to see her go. And honestly, just all of the girls that you've seen this year in lineups, just getting to see them excel, maybe touch more equipment that they haven't had before. Trying to think of who else.
That's a good answer. No, that's a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, some of our freshmen from this year are, fighting to get into more spots, so it'll be cool.
I had one more thing and I forgot it. It completely just went away from my brain. So I'll let you go, and I thank you so much for hanging out with us here and for obviously being a great representative of LSU for your entire career and for helping promote the Team Kate Swab event today. It's awesome. So hopefully it's an awesome day. Good luck on the MCATs.
Thank you.
If you want to just slip me some IQ points, I'd appreciate it. Ashley Cow. Oh no, that was okay. Because you said it about Zoe getting her body right. How many injuries have you had in your gymnastics career?
I've been fortunate to not have too many crazy ones. I've had only like 2 surgeries, and they were like very minimal procedures.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gymnastics is a brutal sport
Yeah.
on the body. I mean, it's like I was watching the finals last week, and just like how many of you are like taped and kinesio taped and just like I'm like held together with, it's like every part of your body that's exposed has kinesio tape on. I'm like, man, they need a few months of just doing nothing and healing by this point.
Yeah.
She's Ashley Cowan. Thanks so much for the time. It's our pleasure. All right, we're going to knock out a quick break. We'll come back here and wrap up hour number 1 from the LSU Parade Grounds. We're at the Team Kate Swab event. Our Thursday shows, as always, are presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Don't you move.
After further review.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. You know what to do. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. Of course, Gordon always finds ways to give back to the communities he serves. Right now, very fitting that we're on LSU's campus. If you are or know of a graduating high school senior in Louisiana, Gordon is giving away 15 laptops, MacBooks to graduating seniors. All you have to do is go to gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com to learn how to enter. Now, the caveat is you have to be going to a 2- or 4-year school or a trade school. So if you're a graduating Louisiana high school senior, going to a 2- or 4-year college or a trade school, go to gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com. That's how you can enter to win one of these 15 laptops or MacBooks. It's another way that Gordon gives back to Louisianians all across the state that he serves. So gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com. Get Gordon and get it done.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
It's not easy to be a champion.
It's built from every swing, pitch, and game all season long. In the grind, the focus,
and in the recovery.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes. Because it takes a champion to care for champions.
I trust the lake to keep me at my best.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized. It'll be time efficient. And you will have your pool in no time.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
Rolling along here on a Thursday edition of AFR. We're live at the LSU Parade Grounds on a beautiful afternoon. A little cloudy now, but come on by if you can. We're here for the Team Kate Swab event. We're going to be mentioning it all day. We are, of course, counting down to the NFL draft. So we have a ton to do as we count down to the NFL draft and kind of keeping our eyes on all the news that's percolating. Dr. Nakhale Saba is going to be with us from Our Lady of the Lake in about 15 minutes from right now. Tell us more about young Kate Hargett's diagnosis. Josh Edwards, CBS Sports NFL draft analyst, will be here in about 25 minutes from right now. Get the absolute latest there. We have a ton to do. Greg Sankey is now weighed in after our conversation yesterday where it seemed as though a lot of people were getting on board with a 24-team playoff. Greg Sankey now has sort of reaffirmed his belief in a 16-team playoff. So we'll get to all that. I guess we have a ton to do. Also, the LSU football team, it goes to show you what kind of day this is. Just so much going on. The LSU football team had its final practice with media availability. So I still have to get to my practice report from today as well. Tell you what we saw in Lane Kiffin's 14th practice of spring. So, and here's a hint. The offense did really well again, which is so encouraging to see the offense continue to build how it has. Okay, it is after further review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. Since we're on remote, Muso will knock out a quick around the SEC.
Bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference. The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Alabama and Kalen DeBoer, they've reached contract extension. New 7-year deal announced Wednesday will pay him $12.5 million per season. Agreement was already approved by Alabama's System of Compensation Committee in a virtual meeting. Deal expires on January 31st, 2033. Buyout $10 million through 2027 will decrease $2 million each over the next 2 years. DeBoer's 20-8 over 2 seasons at Alabama.
The Kentucky Wildcats.
Kentucky Athletic Director Mitch Barnhart is now foregoing his $1 million retirement gig amid criticism. This comes just days after the state's governor criticized the move and the Kentucky Athletic Department. Earlier this year, it was announced that Barnhart would retire on June 30th and then take the deal as executive in residence for UK Sports and Workforce Initiative. Thursday, it was announced he would no longer accept the role, but he will step away as planned on June the 30th.
The Florida Gators.
Todd Golden has addressed speculation that he might move to the NBA this offseason, saying, quote, "I'm definitely planning on coaching the Gators," meaning in 2026, 2027. Makes sense. The majority of his team is back. Yahoo Sports' Kevin O'Connor recorded that Golden State could be interested in the Gators coach if Steve Kerr opts to leave the organization in this offseason, which has been speculated. Noted that if Golden leaves for an NBA job, his buyout is just $2 million.
The Oklahoma Sooners.
Oklahoma has landed transfer guard Pop Isaacs from Texas A&M on Wednesday evening. 4-star transfer prospect, number 25 point guard in the country, 6'2", 182-pounder. Has his last year of eligibility in Norman. Began his career at Texas Tech, transferred to Creighton, then to A&M, averaged 9 points and 3 assists, coming off a prior year's injury this past season in College Station.
The Texas Longhorns.
And then lastly, Texas has added point guard Mike Lewis out of the transfer portal. That's per Lewis's social media. Spent his first season over at St. Mary. He was all West Coast Conference honors a season ago, averaged 14 points and 3 boards. He arrives in 40 acres with 2 seasons of eligibility remaining. There you have it. That is around the SEC.
Brought to you by Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com for Arco Power Systems, industrial Generac generator power. That's what we talk about every day when we talk about Arco Power Systems. So many people know, obviously, about home standby generators. That's not what Arco does. It's not a generator for your home. At Arco, it is industrial Generac generator power. So this is generators for your business, your industrial facility, for your government, municipalities, hospitals, schools, doctors' offices, gas stations, grocery stores, any type of commercial or industrial facility, you need generator power. When the power goes out, you need Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. All right, as after further review, we're here on the parade grounds out at LSU for the Team Kate Swab event. We are keeping an eye on a lot of the different news that's sort of percolating throughout the day here as we count down to the NFL draft. I thought it was interesting that we talk about it all the time because there's always speculation that runs rampant leading up to the draft, and then you don't know what is real and what might be a smokescreen. And we've looked at a lot of the draft odds. The over-under for quarterbacks taken in round 1 is 1.5. Obviously, we know Fernando Mendoza is going to be the first pick of the draft. So the question is, do we think Ty Simpson could go in round 1, or will he go in round 2? That's, is there a team late in round 1 that might pull the trigger on a quarterback? But Tom Pelissero has a report that apparently Carson Beck is a guy that's gaining a lot of steam late, and Pelissero noted, quote, I would not 100% rule out the idea of Carson Beck somehow finding his way into the back of round 1. And it's interesting with Carson Beck because you're talking about a guy that at one point in his college career was a projected number 1 overall pick. Not just a first round, but a guy that could have been a number 1 overall pick. And then you see how things play out. Now, he was thought after the 24 season to be sort of a mid, day 2 guy probably. He transfers to Miami and they go to the national championship. He's still a day 2 guy. Well, it's because as a prospect, he hasn't changed. He's the same size, same arm strength, same everything. You didn't necessarily have a dramatic improvement. It's what he is. It's just, is there a team that has fallen in love with Carson Beck? The quarterbacks are always fascinating. Remember, a year ago at this point, we were having a conversation, might the Saints use their first-round pick on Shedeur Sanders? Like, that was a very real conversation. Was Shedeur Sanders going to be a top 10 pick last year? He dropped in around 5. Malik Willis was a guy that had a lot of first-round draft. He dropped in around 3. The quarterbacks always tend to be the most unpredictable position in the NFL draft because it is the most important position in organized team sports. So we'll keep an eye on that, but Tom Pelissero saying keep an eye on Carson Beck as a guy who's maybe getting some first-round love here as we get close to the draft. Okay, SportsCenter is coming up, hour 2 next.
After further review.
We're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. So the office for Relief Windows is on Airline Highway in Prairieville. So if you're going south on Airline, you pass Highway 42, a quarter mile on the right, you'll see Relief Windows. And I always recommend you go into the office because it's awesome. The same designer that did LSU's football ops building designed the Relief Windows headquarters. So that's really cool, number 1. But you can always go online. ReliefWindows.com, and the website is so user-friendly, and you could see beautiful pictures and 3D imagery and all different types of stuff of all the different products that they offer. But the most important thing to remind you about Relief Windows is that, yes, it's windows, doors, siding, shutter, shades. It's all the things that's going to beautify the exterior of your home, lower your energy bills, increase your resale value, all the things I talk about all the time. But with Relief Windows, it's about the customer service experience. There's just nobody better. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Check them out online, ReliefWindows.com.
Every ounce of Raising Cane's lemonade has been hand-squeezed that day from fresh lemons before being served over our signature crushed ice. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know hard work starts with the right equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor with loader for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, this is the tractor built to get it done. Don't wait. This offer ends April 30th, 2026. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at fabrychevrolet.com.
Investing in a new roof doesn't have to be overwhelming. At Pelican Roofing, we offer 0 interest for 21 months because everyone deserves a safe, secure home. Trusted, local, affordable. Pelican Roofing, making quality roofing affordable for South Louisiana families.
If your office is experiencing performance issues like slow networks, jammed printers, or disappearing files, Advanced Office Systems may be right for you. With powerful IT solutions, print management, document imaging, and security systems, they help offices regain confidence naturally. Side effects may include uncontrollable efficiency, smoother workflows, and a sudden burst of office joy. Say goodbye to those emotional breakdowns in the supply closet and get back on track with Advanced Office Systems.
Transform your living space with Lacoste & Young Remodeling and take your home from outdated to outstanding. Redefine your kitchen for the ultimate culinary experience or elevate your daily routine with a spa-worthy bathroom retreat. Our skilled team brings 3D modeling to life to ensure your vision becomes a reality. We believe luxury should be accessible and offer tailored solutions to fit your budget without compromising quality. So contact us today for a free estimate. Lacoste & Young Remodeling, providing perfect solutions for your dream home.
Center. I'm John Ryder. The much anticipated first round of the NFL Draft is tonight. The Raiders have the top overall pick, followed by the Jets and Cardinals. It's on ESPN Radio with coverage starting at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN TV and ABC at 8 Eastern. ESPN's Shams Charania reports that the Milwaukee Bucks are finalizing a deal with Taylor Jenkins to be their new head coach. Thunder star Jalen Williams will miss the rest of their first-round playoff series against the Suns with a strained hamstring. Day baseball in D.C.
A couple other nuggets to that as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ozzie sends one soaring high and deep to right field. Wood going to go back to the wall, and he's going to watch it go. Ozzie Albies with a bomb to right, and it's 7-2 Braves in the ninth. His 5th homer of the year.
Calling 680 The Fan as the Braves down the Nationals 7-2. Ozzie Albies, that home run. He had 3 hits, knocked in 4. Tigers beat the Brewers 5-4 on a Spencer Torkelson walk-off home run. Phillies and Cubs tied at 7 in the ninth at Wrigley. Adolis Garcia game-tying pinch hit solo homer in the ninth for the Phillies, who've lost 8 straight.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Friday, I'll give you my winners and losers from the first round of the NFL Draft. It's unsportsmanlike, weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's rock!
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR. We're presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. We're live today from the LSU Parade Grounds for the Team Kate Swab event. Man, it's been an awesome day already. Well over 400 people have already come by, done the cheek swab to see if they're a match for Kate Hargett, an 11-year-old with a rare blood cancer who, or I should say a rare form of cancer who desperately needs a match. And so we're hoping that today is the day that we find her donor and help save a life. And Dr. Nakhale Saba of Our Lady of the Lake is good enough to hang out with us here. Specializes in oncologist, specializing in blood cancer and stem cell therapies as well. Dr. Saba, thanks for the time. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Good. I'm going to lift that a little closer for you. Sorry. It's, it's just remote broadcast things that we're all used to. That's super awkward for everybody else.
No problem.
But can we start with just a little bit of a background on Kate's it's a genetic mutation she has. But if you can maybe give us like a little background on what she has.
So when we talk about stem cell transplant, basically we're looking at changing the immune system and the stem cells inside the bone that lives in our bone. So we are born with 100% cellularity and we lose 1% per year. There are different conditions, including case condition, that require changing those stem cells, and we do it through a stem cell transplant where we are in need of a donor to give those stem cells to be changed. And that is changed through the process of a stem cell transplant, where we give some form of chemotherapy to weaken the stem cells that are in the bone. And then we use the stem cells donor to replace that immune system and those stem cells so they can function appropriately after that.
So am I oversimplifying it? Say we talk about Kate needing a bone marrow transplant. So what she is in need of are stem cells?
Yes. When we say bone marrow transplant and stem cell transplant are the same thing.
Okay.
And the reason it's called bone marrow transplant, because in the old days we used to always go in the bones of the donor to take those stem cells. Now we don't necessarily have to do that. So some conditions would require to go through the bone of the donor, but most of the cases we can do them from the blood. So we can mobilize those stem cells from the bones to go to the blood with a medicine, and then we can catch them in the blood. So the whole process is done in the blood. And the transplant itself is done through the blood. So the cells are infused in a large vein, and they find their way back to the bones.
You know, as we've talked about Kate's condition and, talking to her parents, they've had, I believe, some 3,000 people who have gotten swabbed, and they've still yet to find a match. Obviously, just a very novice point of view, but I would think, man, 3,000 people, surely you can find someone who's a match for what she needs. Why is it so difficult?
It is so difficult, especially in the South here, and I'll explain it. Finding a match is somewhat like winning the lottery. But with NMDP, and that's the National Marrow Donor Program, it's a global entity that register everyone who would like to become a donor. And here I'd like to take a step back and just explain a little bit why this is so important and why it's not really going to affect the donor himself. So when we talk about kidney donation, you're losing a kidney, right? If you're alive. But when we talk about stem cell donation or bone marrow donation, you're not losing anything. It's technically like a blood donation if you want. That's an organ that you donate but you keep at the same time. So you're not really losing anything. You might go through some pains and the blood donation sort of pain, the line placement, etc. But you're keeping everything because the bone marrow will regenerate itself. So that's a nice part about it. So what we have done at the Louisiana Oncology Society and the Cancer Advocacy Group of Louisiana, CAGLA, we have passed a law here in Louisiana that would actually put the NMDP registry on your driver license. So if you go to the LA Wallet in the menu on the lower right and click on it, you will see the link to become a donor.
If I'm already an organ donor, am I?
No, that would not automatically put you there.
Okay.
So you have to register there, and then MDP, just a few clicks, and they will send you the swab to your home. You will swab yourself, your mouth, and it's very quick, and then you'll ship it back, and you're in. And they will contact you, obviously, if you're a match for anyone in the whole world. So we have transplanted patients from, using donors from all over the world, from Japan, from Brazil, from Turkey, from Germany, from here in the United States, obviously. So this global entity will help finding the donor and process and ship the cells. We are about to become an NMDP center at Our Lady of the Lake, so we can receive those donors and get them. But speaking of unrelated donors, such as Kate's, and when we look at the Caucasian population, you get about 75% finding a donor, but when you go to the African American, that drops to 25%.
Why is that?
Because there are not many donors, from the African American race or the black race in the NMDP, and it gets more complicated when you go to the South because we have the Cajun population, and the Cajun is an interracial genetic diversity that is a combination of the French, the Spanish, the West African, and the Native American, right? So that's a mixed DNA. That's going to be very hard to find, and this is where we truly encourage everyone in the South in our Delta area to register to an MDP because it's harder to find, even for our Caucasians. They're harder to find a donor compared to the rest of the country.
So is a donor more like If there's a black male, is a donor likely to be another black person?
Not necessarily, but obviously, if we're talking about the race, you're more likely to be black than others.
Understood. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, look, the human genome is an amazing thing. And a lot of people know my family story. My son has a genetic disorder that, manifested a lot of physical and cognitive malformities when he was a baby. Been through a lot, over his 11 years. So, to see Kate, who's 11, and going through something, everyone has their own path, but I think everybody's been touched in some way by something, and so I think that's why you see how many people have come out today. I mean, it's remarkable, all the people that are trying, their best to give and to find a way to help Kate and her family. So is this the best thing for people to do is to just get swabbed and to register to be a donor?
It's very easy. Even if they don't want to come here, go to your LA Wallet or to the NMDP website, just click register, and they will ship it to your home. You will ship it back, and you're done. And this way you can become a donor not only for Kate, but for anyone who is in need and does not have a donor at this time. So I do encourage everyone. So if you go to the menu.
So I'm on LA Wallet right now. Go to menu.
And then it's right here.
There it is. So it's right there.
NMDP registry. Click on it.
NMDP.
Takes to the website.
This is literally 2 clicks and then join registry at the top.
And then it will guide you through it. Very simple. And you get the kit to your home.
And I know, so here, it's interesting. So they're asking for the age, because one of the things that we've talked about for Kate is 18 to 35 is that range. But this says for folks under 18 or for 36 and above. So I'm 43.
Probably won't be in there, because the stem cells weaken. The more we age, the stem cells will weaken, and then engraftment will become less. So it's preferable to be younger than 35, and this is a perfect location here for the LSU campus to do it.
Why not even young? Because I know from stem cells, a lot of times stem cells are maybe extracted from like amniotic fluid, or there's certainly embryonic stem cells. There's a lot of different ways that we can extract stem cells, not just stem cells from our fat or whatever it may be. So why wouldn't that be an option?
Those are called cord blood transplant. The amount of stem cells in the cord blood is usually smaller than what you need for an adult.
Okay.
Sometimes we do dual blood cord, but now because of how things evolve, we don't do too much cord blood, because that placenta is not always available. If you donate it, it will be but it has to be stored, and it costs money to keep it, as opposed to living donor, where this is the donor, now we can collect and process immediately. With the availability of haplotransplant, where you have 50% match, we still can do it. Not many cord blood are being used. So what we do, the younger the better. Although sometimes if we don't have anyone else, we go for a little older person to do if we don't have any other option. But we always prefer a young person. The younger the better. We prefer a gender match. We prefer infection list. We have some viruses that we carry. We prefer that they match as well. Blood match is preferred, but it's not mandatory, because we're changing the whole stem cell, so the blood type will change. But we do male to female. We do different ages. We do different blood test, blood type. As far as the HLA matches, that's the most important part.
Dr. Saba, this has been really enlightening, and I hope, the more, I know we're here, obviously, with Kate at the center of why we're here. But I think the other thing that hopefully comes of this, in addition to finding Kate's match, is we're going to increase this donor registry.
Oh, 100%.
And help who knows how many other people who we're not even thinking of today, but may need this match somewhere down the line.
You're absolutely. I truly hope we find Kate a match. If this message, people who hear it, please go. To increase the awareness about the need of our specific, unique population in the South.
Dr. Saba with Our Lady of the Lake, oncologist, blood cancers and stem cells. It's enlightening, and we're happy to be here to hopefully help save untold numbers of lives in the future. So I'm glad. I mean, I'm an organ donor. I didn't know about about NMDP. Well, I do now, and so I'm going to go over there and swab. And they can take, because you can be older, right? It's just maybe not for Kate's match, but there are probably. I think you said maybe through 51 years old. Maybe they said they could take.
That age continued to go down. So above 45, you might not be able to do it in there.
I'm 43. I got 2 more years to help people.
35.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. It's After Further Review. We're glad to have you aboard with us here. We are going to head up to Pittsburgh for a check-in with Josh Edwards, CBS NFL draft analyst. Excited to have this convo as we'll get the absolute latest as we're inching closer to round 1 of the NFL draft. So stay with us here on AFR.
AFR.
Rev Fiber, R-E-V. RevFiber.com, RevFiber.com, RevFiber.com. You need fiber to get things moving fast. Like internet. That's why you need Rev Fiber. R-E-V, RevFiber.com, RevFiber.com. You know, our friends over at Rev, they do great work. They're a local company with a local footprint for 90 years over at Rev. So you want a great local company with a local call center and local tech support and local help and local people with an all-fiber network and lightning-fast speeds. You want Rev, R-E-V, Rev Fiber, for your home or for your business. Remember, it's both. At our house, they just laid fiber in our neighborhood. We switched to Rev Fiber, and you should as well for your home or for your business. Save money, have a better customer service experience, have a better product. It's Rev Fiber, R-E-V, RevFiber.com.
It's not easy to be a champion.
It's built from every swing, pitch, and game all season long. In the grind, the focus,
and in the recovery.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes. Because it takes a champion to care for champions.
I trust the lake to keep me at my best.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
At Parrish, we take pride in building roofs that last. Because in Louisiana, toughness isn't just on the court, it's in your home too.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. ParrishBuilt.com.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith with Locke Meredith Sean Fagan & Associates. We take great pride in educating our clients about their rights. Whether you're injured at work or while you drive, call our office at 272-5555. Knowledge is power, and you should know your rights after an injury.
Hi, I'm Sean Fagan of Locke Meredith Sean Fagan & Associates. When insurance companies have been unfair, we've never been afraid to go to trial. Fighting hard to protect your rights, we never settle a case out of convenience. We only settle when it's right for you. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call.
Who bears the standard? Who sets the bar? It's not those satisfied by low-hanging fruit or by taking it easy. No, the standard is set by the best of us, by those who work hard. Dig deeper. Give more. At Sunshine, we're proud to provide John Deere products that work hard for you, the standard bearers. Find the dealer nearest you at sunequip.com.
Flight by Yingling is raising the bar by crafting the next generation of light beer. With only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
Less than 3 hours away from the start of the NFL draft. Excited for it. Saints will be on the clock at number 8. Josh Edwards is in Pittsburgh, CBS NFL draft analyst, good enough to join us on a just crazy busy day for him. Josh, we appreciate it. Thanks for the time, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Like you said, we're just a couple hours out now. So many rumors are flying, so I'm kind of curious to see if any of these rumored trades at the top take place. But I think it's going to be an exciting night overall.
You've done this long enough to know there's always there's always rumors, and it's tough to tell what's real and what might just be a smokescreen. What is piquing your interest the most?
Well, I mean, it seems like everybody in the top 6 is trying to trade back, and we've heard a lot of teams may have more interest in trading up than we originally thought. I think Arizona is trying to get out of number 3. I think Cleveland's trying to get out of number 6. There's some talk that maybe the Titans could move back as well. So could be a lot of action there in the top 10 overall. And I look at a team like the Cowboys sitting there at number 12 overall as potentially one of the teams that is most motivated to trade up. But we've also seen some scenarios where locally your Saints have been involved in some trade rumors as well. So, I think everybody's just guessing at this point. But there's certainly a lot of smoke right now.
How does, Josh, in covering the draft, obviously where there's smoke, those rumors start for a reason. How do you sort of gauge what you believe is rooted in some bit of reality?
Yeah, everything comes from an agenda, right? And in some cases, it could be true. There may be interest in moving up. There could also be, kind of a nefarious reason where a team may want to put out there that they're interested for moving up for a specific player, but they're not actually interested because they want to push the actual player that they're interested in farther down the board. So, there's a reason behind everything that comes out at this point in time. And you really just have to use your gut and, conventional reasoning to try to sort through it all, because nobody's going to have all the answers. I mean, there's insiders that are plugged in and have sources around the league, but those same sources have agendas that they're trying to push. So, I mean, I think you have to take everything with a grain of salt. And at the end of the day, just kind of lean on what you truly believe in your own heart.
Josh Edwards is our guest at Edwards CBS, if you want to give him a follow, draft analyst. A couple of the high points I'd like to touch on, especially as relevant to our local audience. Jordan Tyson right now is the betting favorite to be the Saints pick at number 8. What can you tell us about teams and their comfort level with Tyson and his injury history?
It seems like Tyson has been the betting favorite for multiple teams here over the past 24 hours, and I think that just speaks to the type of talent that he is. Throughout this process, he's been wide receiver 1 for me, pending the medicals, because he's just incredibly dynamic with the ball in his hands. He's somebody that can make plays for you in space. So I've always kind of favored that as being my wide receiver 1 in this draft class. But when you speak to the medicals, it's not just this past year. It's, the injuries that he has accrued over the course of his collegiate career at multiple locations. And there's nothing that's debilitating or like long-term concerns, but I think you have to be comfortable with the fact that, he may just miss a couple of games here and there. That may just be the reality with what you're going to get from him as a pro. So I think it varies team by team. Some are going to be more risk averse, whereas others, they look at the player, they see the vision, they need an impact player, and they're more comfortable taking that in the top 10 overall.
How much of a gap is there between Tyson and Carnell Tate in your mind?
I think it's pretty close. They're touching on the prospect rankings, I believe. So it's not a big discrepancy whatsoever. And I think Tate, his whole game is his route running, the way that he's able to create separation at the route stem. He's just a little bit more reliable on a down-to-down basis. So I can understand a team that, they need a double in the gap. They're not necessarily looking to hit the home run, but they need somebody that they feel comfortable is going to produce for them one way or another. And I think that's where Carnell Tate kind of comes into the picture. He may never be that dominant X-type receiver for you, but you know what you're getting when you add him to your offense. So, again, I think team by team, they're going to approach the wide receiver differently, but those are certainly the top two when you speak to people around the league.
There's two more prospects I'd like to ask about that have kind of been linked to New Orleans. One is Ruben Bain. Where do you fall on the questions about Bain's the productivity's there, right? But it's the questions about his size, his arm length, all that sort of stuff. The same convos people had about Will Campbell a year ago. Where do you fall there, Josh?
So I'm a little bit lower on him, but he's still top 15 overall for me. So I still really like the player. I just believe that guardrails are in place for a reason. You typically don't want a team full of outliers. If he's your only outlier and you have a vision for him within your defensive scheme, which is kind of part of this conversation, in that I'm not picking a player for a defensive scheme. I'm just looking at them, kind of surface level and my personal preferences. And he's, a power rusher. He's somebody that's going to be able to set the edge for you on defense. But I just historically think that arm length is incredibly important. And you can't stray from, historical data too much, in my opinion. So I would still be, considering him there, certainly in the top half of the first round, potentially in the top 10 overall. But I'm not somebody that's in the camp of saying this is, one of the three best players in this draft class. I think he's more of a supplement to the pass rush that you already have, which in the case of New Orleans, you've already got a pretty accomplished pass rusher on the other side with Chase Young. So I think a situation like that is probably the ideal outcome for a player like Bain.
Quick follow-up then. You mentioned at the start about the Saints, who are with Mickey Loomis always rumored to be interested in trading up. What about the possibility of New Orleans moving up to 3 to take either Bailey or Reese if one of the clearly one of them would be there at 3?
Yeah, I think a lot of people believe that Arizona has some teams that they're speaking to that they could potentially trade down with. And I think the team that could move up is kind of a mystery. So people are looking for natural associations for the players that would rumor to be available in that range. And I don't think a lot of teams are looking to trade up for a running back like Jeremiah Love. I don't think that that's the case. However, I do think that whichever edge rusher does not go number 2 overall could be in the crosshairs of a team possibly looking to move up to number 3 overall. So then you take a step back and you say which teams here in the top 12 picks may be targeting an edge rusher. And I think that's where you're talking about Dallas. You're talking about the Saints. For a specific skill set, I think you could include the Chiefs. So there's a number of teams that I think fit into that conversation. And I think one of those edge rushers would ultimately be the target for whoever moves up.
He's Josh Edwards, CBS draft analyst at Edwards CBS. The other player I wanted to mention, we'll wrap here because I know you're super busy, but I did want to get a thought on Mansour Delane, who obviously we're sitting here on LSU's campus, but also this is a guy at a position of need for the Saints and in theory should be on the board when the Saints pick and they could take the best cornerback in the draft. What would you think about Delane potentially to New Orleans at 8?
Yeah, he's a really solid, reliable, accountable player. You feel pretty good about putting him in your defense and him contributing right away. He's got a high IQ when it comes to the cornerback position. He's got a great understanding of route patterns. He breaks hard on the football, somebody that's really comfortable playing in space. And I think in today's NFL, you have to be comfortable doing so. I've always thought that a Jermod McCoy from Tennessee has a higher upside as being this man coverage cornerback. But, Delane has a very specific skill set where kind of going back to the earlier analogy of hitting doubles and home runs, I think a similar conversation applies to the cornerback position because I think Delane, you kind of know what he's getting. He's been steady throughout his collegiate career. He's somebody that's been on the NFL radar for multiple years, and you can feel confident taking him in the top half of the first round, whereas McCoy, he's now got these knee injuries, and he could be the home run for you if you were able to stay healthy. But I think the concerns about that knee are very real, and he's I think Delane has cornerback 1 locked up pretty tightly, and where that next cornerback comes off the board, which is not of Delane's concern, is kind of the next question. But I think any team that takes him in the top 12 overall has to feel pretty comfortable about what they're getting, not only as a rookie, but throughout his career.
He is Josh Edwards. It's your Super Bowl, man. The draft is here. Sincerely appreciate a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for the time. Have a great night.
Always a pleasure, man. Thank you.
Yep, that is Josh Edwards. Make sure you're following him at Edwards CBS. That's where he is on Twitter. Obviously, a great time to follow Josh, considering that it's draft night, and he'll be a busy guy tonight and this weekend. So we appreciate a couple of minutes there from Josh. Hey, we're here at the LSU Parade Grounds, as we've been telling you for several weeks, building up to this, the Team Kate Swab event. We're encouraging you to come out, get a cheek swab. It takes 30 seconds. Join the National Marrow Donor Program database. You can, if you can't make it here, as Dr. Saba just told us a bit ago, you can log onto your LA Wallet app, and there is on the menu an NMDP button where you can tap right there. It'll tell you exactly where they can send you a kit so you can join the donor base. We'd love to find Kate's match today. One of the things I've certainly learned is we're building a donor base to save so many people, but we'll keep the thing here, and we're excited to be here for the Hargett family and to encourage you to come out. So 18 to 35 years old is the primary age group. So that's why we're obviously on a college campus. So we hope you come by and get swabbed. Hey, we're brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Love telling you about Lee Michaels. Y'all, Mother's Day is right around the bend. Man, a great opportunity to get on by Lee Michaels. I think I just got stung by a bee. That's a first. I definitely just got stung by a bee on my leg. Anyway, Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, Mother's Day's around the bend. Thrill mom with a gift in the red box for all the reasons that she deserves to be treated like a queen on Mother's Day and every day, for all that mom does for all of us. Show her that appreciation with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Okay, we are halfway home on this Thursday edition of AFR, and glad you're hanging out with us. We're going to knock out a break and continue. I know that you probably have seen the story of LSU soccer player Riley Kyper, who recently received her own cancer diagnosis. And Riley's here. We're going to chat with her a little bit. And we have tons of draft stuff still to hammer out. I know, I think Jenny and Kate Hargett they're still here, so they're going to hang out with us for a little bit on the show as well. So stay here on a special day and a really potentially impactful day for a lot of people and a lot of families. So we're glad to be here. Okay, let me knock out a quick break. We'll continue. It's AFR.
AFR.
If you're thinking of selling your home, call Darren James, get your home sold. If you got to sell your home, why would you call anyone other than the realtor that literally sells more homes than anyone? Darren James, Wall Street Journal, is listed the top 1% of realtors in America. Think about what I just said. Number 13 in the country. Talking about if you're ranking every realtor in America, there's more than 1 million of them. Darren James, number 13 in America when it comes to the number of homes closed. Why? Because he has created an incredible process. His customer service, the way he treats his clients, the work ethic, the above and beyond, and the processes through every member of his team to find the right buyer and to get your home sold faster for more money. So if you need to sell your home, you need the best, you need Darren James. Agent225.com, agent225.com. That's the website. You could log on right now to agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Everything you need for a stunning garden is at the Plant Barn in Baton Rouge. From trees and shrubs to plants and pottery, the Plant Barn has it all at great prices. Visit us today on Valley Street, right off Perkins Road in South Downs.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the new 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee with $15,000 off MSRP.
Plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou vehicles.
If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates has won for our clients over $175 million over the decades, but our greatest success is our clients who have chosen and trusted us to help them. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call. You've got nothing to lose. Hi, I'm Sean Fagan. If you get injured, you could be staring at medical bills, repair costs, and lost income. Life can be turned upside down. At Lock Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we'll work to turn your world right side up. Hire us, and like thousands of our clients, you'll be glad you did.
Hi, this is Beth Serena. Welcome to my pool. The first time I saw this beautiful pool, it exceeded every expectation that I had. They were able to get everything we wanted in this pool. It is a beautiful pool. We live out here, we eat out here, we watch TV out here. This is like our living room outside. We love this pool and everything about it. When we decided to build our pool, we called a great friend who is one of the best pool builders in the country in North Louisiana, and we said, who would you choose to build a pool in Baton Rouge? And without a hesitation, he told us Russell Pools. He said their history, tradition of great builds, great pools was unmatched. So of course, who did we call? Russell Pools. The advice I would give to anyone looking to build a pool is first call Russell Pools. They'll do an incredible job. It'll be incredibly organized, it'll be time efficient, and you will have your pool in no time.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
We continue on this Thursday edition of AFR presented by Decision Critical. As Blaise often says, not just healthcare, it's healthcare for your lifestyle. Their expertly trained nurses will come in home. They can be with you post-op in the hospital, carry out your doctor's orders. Maybe you need an IV or you need therapeutic phlebotomy, whatever it may be. Decision Critical is there. DecisionCriticalBR.com, DecisionCriticalBR.com. When we have events like this, and it's the opening day of the draft, and LSU had its final spring practice earlier today, but there are life events that supersede sports and gives everyone a great reality check. And this is an awesome idea, or an awesome way today to blend all these different realities that we all go through in life. And we're here for Kate Hargett, 11-year-old, who has a rare type of blood cancer and needs a bone marrow match donor. And someone who reached out to Jenny, Kate's mom, is Riley Kyper, is an LSU soccer player who you might have seen her story recently on social media because she had what was probably the oddest but maybe coolest I have cancer post that I've ever seen. Riley Kyper, LSU goalkeeper's here with us on site. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for coming out. I'm not saying that incorrectly, right? I mean, it was you. I don't want to say you celebrated, but you brought levity in the way that you announced your cancer diagnosis. What were you thinking there?
So I drove over to my sister's apartment because she had no idea yet, and I sat her down. I told her my mom had flown in from Tulsa as soon as she found out, and all three of us are sitting there, and I had just learned a TikTok dance with one of my teammates, and so I just put it on. I was just doing it, and then I saved it to the drafts, and then I had texted everyone, my family, my close friends, and then obviously I told my teammates, and then I was like, man, I don't want it to be people whispering and, oh, I heard. I want it to come from me. So I put it out, and I have 80 followers on this account. It was all my friends. I'm like, well, this is how they're going to find out, and then it blew up. Yeah.
I saw it. I think everybody saw it.
It was, I was not expecting that, whatsoever.
Is this, well, you're very brave. What are you feeling emotionally?
Honestly, like I have a really good peace about it. I'm religious, and I think God has really blessed me during this time. Like I'm kind of like, okay, like what's next? Like I'm gonna tackle it and then get back on the field. And I think I had a lot of comments on that video and a lot of questions, so I had made a get ready with me. I love watching girls do makeup and talk, so that's kind of what I did, and I talked about it. And the amount of support that I got was insane, like from comments and DMs of people reaching out being like, I had this is what happened, or I have this, I'm going through this, like watching this has been great. Yeah, it's been really inspiring. So.
You know, there's a lot of toxicity on social media. It's also an incredible way that people connect. Mm-hmm. Look at the reason that we're here today. Like you and me and all these people are here because we all saw Kate's story on social media.
Right.
And now we are all coming together, and we are going to literally save people's lives by finding donors because of social media. And
literally,
all this
yeah.
spread.
So and you have college students that are willing to do it. I think that speaks a lot. Yeah.
Oh, Riley, I think college kids and young people get crapped on way too much by losers my age and older. Like, oh, the kids. I'm like, yeah, because the kids are smarter than all of us and know how to use AI, and they're going to like make the world better in so many ways. Stop crapping on young people. They're like the world's fine. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about how you got connected here. So I mean, you're obviously going through your own challenge, and then how did this come to your awareness?
Yeah. So I mean, I knew about the blood drive, but Kate's mom DM'd me on Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, I don't know if you know me. Like, I'm Kate's mom. Like, I'm just praying for you." Like, literally said nothing about her own like daughter and like her story and everything, and I was just like, there's no way that this lady's just going out of her way with her own problems to like check on me. Like, lymphoma is very curable, which I'm very blessed to like have cancer. Yes, it sucks, but lymphoma is very curable, and I'm very grateful for that. So the situation's different, but I just reached back out and I was just like, hey, thank you so much. I've been praying for y'all as well. Is there anything that I can do for this? And she was like, just tell as many people as you can. So obviously I told my team, I've been texting other people like, please come out, and yeah.
So your team came out.
Yes, they did.
You got your cheering section over there.
Yes.
What? Look at Riley, some woos. I thought we'd get like a 2 bits for like some organized cheers, nothing like that.
Yeah,
maybe a bit later.
Yeah, they got to practice. So.
What does it mean for you having friends and your teammates there for you too?
I mean, so I'm a transfer. So I transferred in this past January. So to have girls that have known me for 4 months, be as supportive and just be by my side as much as they have, and I have no words. Like, they have genuinely been such great people and like friends to me. So. Yeah, it means a lot.
What's it been like for you? I mean, obviously your life just got thrown a giant curveball, but just being at LSU, what's it been like?
Oh, such a family. So I'm actually from the North Shore, so I grew up an LSU fan.
Nice.
Even whenever I was at Texas Tech, like different conferences, so I can still root for LSU. But
football Saturdays, it's purple and gold on. No, we've all been there. Everybody's been there.
So, but yeah, like I mean, to have like the amount of community, like especially online, like seeing like Tiger Family got you, and it's been really incredible.
What do you need for people that are listening? What do you need as you go through your own personal battle and journey?
I get just prayers. I think that just pray. I think I'm trying to do on social media is just show my situation as honest as I can. My oncologist here originally said that I was going to be doing 6 months of treatment and that would cause hair loss. And I posted a very vulnerable video online of me being upset about losing my hair. And the response from social media was incredible about how everyone was like, it's not shallow of you to cry, like everything like that. But I recently got a better diagnosis that I can do a different treatment that won't cause hair loss. So now I think I have people sending me wigs. So I think I'm going to do like a wig away.
Oh, cool.
And like give wigs.
Yeah, sure, give it, yeah.
So I think, just like support there that way, so like I can just give back to what's been given like to me.
Yeah,
so.
That is really cool. This has been such a great day already. And obviously you're here as we're helping support the Hargets and Team Kate and everybody. I know the Swab drive today is ending at 5, so there's 19 more minutes as they're kind of starting to close down. But they are going to be back tomorrow here, same spot. And again, we keep telling people you can go online. Team Kate's got a website, or the NMDP website where you can get your swab kit sent to you. So what's your treatment like? What's next for you?
Yeah, so I actually start treatment next week.
Okay.
So chemo and radiation can cause infertility. So I've been going through some fertility things. So I have an egg retrieval next Tuesday. And then on Thursday, I will go into surgery, get a port put in, and then immediately there I'll get rolled out and go into infusion. So that'll be my first round of chemo. I'll do 4 months of treatment and then a little bit of radiation after. I'm doing Nevo AVD. So yeah, I think, and then obviously the radiation, but I think it's going to be good. It's newer. It's about 1 to 2 years old. So.
Okay. You'll be here in Baton Rouge, or will you be home?
Yeah, I'll be doing my infusions here in Baton Rouge, and then I'm going to drive about an hour to home just to spend a couple days because I know you feel a little bit sick in the beginning. And then I'll be doing my radiation in Houston with MD Anderson.
Okay. Well, we'll certainly keep you in our prayers, and everybody can follow your. Tell us your, because Riley is Ryle if you want to follow your Instagram. Kuyper's Kuyper.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you want to follow Riley on Instagram, follow her journey, send her some support and well wishes. You can do that as well. And then back on the pitch soon enough.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have my treatment done end of August, and then I'll get my radiation done, and then like I just want to be with my teammates and help on the field. I redshirted at Tech, but at the end of the day, like being an athlete and being in that environment, like you just know how much it means to play and practice with those girls.
Well, we'll certainly be praying for you as well. So thank you for making the time today and for sharing your story. I know it's going to be uplifting for a lot of people.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure. It's Riley Kyper, LSU goalkeeper, who going through her own journey, but taking time to be here for Team Kate as well. So we're glad to be here. Let me knock out a quick break. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 2 next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Supper Club, supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. Hey, I've been telling you about it. If you haven't seen it yet, go to the Supper Club Instagram because Chef Layton, they posted the video that I've been telling you about. It's literally Chef Layton getting the box of the authentic Japanese Kobe beef and unboxing it. You could see the slabs. You could see that purple chrysanthemum on the end. I mean, this is actual authentic Kobe beef from Japan. Since Supper Club has been open, I think they've gotten this twice, and when it's gone, and who knows when they're going to get it again. So if you love steak, if you love beef, if you love just trying something rare, get by Supper Club. I'm telling you, this is going to last. I think Chef Layton told me they got it in, it was a week ago today when he called me, so it's been there a week. I mean, we're just starting to tell people about it, but I'm week and a half, 2 weeks max, so you better get your reservation, get on into Supper Club, and try this Kobe beef. supperclubbtr.com.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know hard work starts with the right equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025E tractor with loader for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, this is the tractor built to get it done. Don't wait. This offer ends April 30th, 2026. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish contractors, let's get building.
It's not easy to be a champion.
It's built from every swing, pitch, and game all season long. In the grind, the focus,
and in the recovery.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes. Because it takes a champion to care for champions.
I trust the lake to keep me at my best.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google. Based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
All right, we are wrapping up hour number 2. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. After the top of the hour, we'll get to Sports Center here in just a smidge. After the top of the hour, we'll circle back, and I'll get you my LSU spring football practice report from today out on the Ponderosa. It's been that jam-packed of a show. We still haven't even gotten to that yet, so we're excited to get to let you know what we saw on the 14th day of spring practice for LSU football, which was the final media availability for LSU spring football. So we'll get to that here in just a little bit after the top of the hour. All right, right now, though, Muso, Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now.
It started with a pair of Cubs-Phillies games, one from last night and then one from getaway day here on Thursday. Alex Bregman on Wednesday night, big day at the plate, 3 for 5. All 3 of those, 2 of the 3 were singles. The other, his first triple of the year. Come around to score as well in the game. Got his average up to 263. You go forward to today out at the ballpark in Wrigley. Cubs took it in 10 innings. Bregman 1 for 5 in the game. That one was a single as well. So over the course of the last 2 days, 4 hits, 3 singles, and a triple for Bregman as he is pretty much fully broken out of that early season slump. Alex Lang was back on the mound for the Royals on Wednesday night facing the Orioles. Had a rough outing, game number 1 of the series. Bounced back strong here in game number 3. Lang with a shutout inning. He was perfect, as a matter of fact. No walks, no hits, no runs, and 1 punch out needed after the rough go of it a few days ago. Jaden Hill continues his stellar start to the season for the Colorado Rockies. Got his 4th hold of the year. Was first out of the bullpen for Colorado on Wednesday night. Pitched an inning and a third. Surrendered a hit and a run, but punched out 3. The hit was a homer. The ERA a sparkling 1.80 as we cruise through the first month of the Major League season. To minor league baseball for a couple of updates. Tommy White is absolutely cruising here in Double-A. Got the DH start for the Midland Rockhounds on Wednesday. Went 2 for 4. Both of those a single. He did come around to score and walked in the ballgame. It is a .338 average for the former Tiger third baseman here early in the minor league season. Maybe this is the year that Tommy White makes it up to the pros. He can play for the Sacramento A's if that is the case. And how about Fidel Ulloa? Fidel Ulloa gets his first win of the season on Wednesday night for the Hartford Yard Goats. Got it in relief, inning and 2/3. Just the 1 run, didn't walk anybody, and punched out 1. Did surrender 3 hits, but limited the damage. And again, picked up the win for his team. Naz Reid and the Minnesota Timberwolves, they will be in action tonight in the NBA playoffs, game number 3 of that series. That's Tigers in the pros.
Presented by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. So many different reasons to buy land. Maybe it's that maybe it's agriculture. You need 1,000 acres of farmland. First South Farm Credit can help. Maybe you want to live on the North Shore, commute, work in New Orleans. First South Farm Credit can help. Maybe you want the 100 acres in St. Francisville to build your family's dream home. First South Farm Credit can help. Maybe you want the hunting property in Mississippi or in Texas, just that getaway property, your own little escape, your retreat. First South Farm Credit can help. They can help you buy land anywhere in the lower 48. All you have to do is make First South Farm Credit your first call. So log on to firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. If you're thinking of buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. All right, y'all, it's after further review, and we're glad you're hanging out with us here. Remember, you can always email the show in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. One thing I wanted to make sure that we got to is Greg Sankey spoke with Ross Dellinger over at Yahoo. So credit Delly for passing along this audio from the interview he did. There was and this was at the CFP spring meetings. So there have been stories in the past 5 days or so, in the past week, effectively suggesting the presidents and head coaches are sort of leaning toward a 2014 playoff. Well, remember, that's been the sticking point, is Greg Sankey's wanted 16. Tony Petitti and the Big Ten have wanted to go to 24. That impasse is why we're still at 12. Well, here was Sankey talking to Ross Dellinger about his stance on 16 or 24.
Where's your position on 16 or 24 or staying at 12?
Indicated that previously.
You have.
So we go back in the archives and find it, yeah?
Yeah.
Why would I come out here and give a position? I say that in the spirit of friendliness. I mean, other people can do that if they choose. There's plenty of anonymous sources, but I'll, as I have done repeatedly, reserve my comments for the places where it's a benefit.
The one thing that Greg Sankey said there that I it set my antenna up was him saying anonymous sources, because you had all the coaches quoted in Chris Lowe's piece that we went through yesterday. That's not anonymous sources. Those are coaches on the record effectively saying, yes, they would favor expansion to 24. So that's not an anonymous source. Those are coaches like Kirby Smart and Josh Heupel speaking on the record about their, I don't want to say insistence, but willingness to go to 24. One more quickly. Here was Greg Sankey on the future of the SEC championship game, which we've talked a lot about.
We have that.
Are you going to continue?
That is a question that presumes an answer. I will not provide you the answer you presume. So we have contracts and opinions are expressed, but we have contracts that are dealt with. So we have a championship game.
Are you willing to consider not having a championship?
That's not for me to share with you.
He is a little ornery. Yeah, I think my read on that, and knowing Commissioner Sankey just a little bit over the years, he is not used to losing and not getting his way, and I think the tide is turning on the 16-24 debate, and it is not going to go his way. Just my suggestion. Hour 3 next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by our friends over at Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Tell you every day, kill mold, remove odor, other harmful pathogens. It's easy. They'll come by. They'll spray their patented non-toxic dry fog over at Parish Restoration. And just like that, after the fog dissipates, boom, clean, sanitized, fresh-smelling home or office building. It's Parish Restoration. Log on to parishrestoration.com. Fill out the form on the homepage. Jim Woodworth and his team, they'll be in touch with you and let you know how they can get you started on that process to getting rid of that toxic mold in your home, your office building, church, school, gym facility. Maybe you have odor from sweat or pet, smoke, whatever it is. Parish Restoration can help. parishrestoration.com.
Parish Construction and Roofing. Trusted by champions, built for Louisiana.
Do business with someone you know. Parish Construction and Roofing.
Parish Construction and Roofing. ParishBuilt.com.
Everything you need for a stunning garden is at the Plant Barn in Baton Rouge. From trees and shrubs to plants and pottery, the Plant Barn has it all at great prices. Visit us today on Valley Street, right off Perkins Road in South Downs.
Every Raising Cane's chicken finger is marinated, battered by hand, and cooked to order to perfection. We don't have heat lamps, because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Bayou Ford has the new 25 Ford F-150 Lariat truck with $12,000 off MSRP, plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
I'm Gabrielle McLeod on behalf of the Louisiana Propane Dealers. I have spent hundreds of hours preparing for scholarship competitions. That preparation paid off when I won the Fitness and Talent Awards along with the title of Miss Louisiana. The Louisiana Propane Dealers are also pretty talented and want you to be prepared for when the power goes out. Visit LouisianaPropane.com to find out about propane generators and other safety tips. Louisiana Propane, it truly is the fuel for our future.
I'm lawyer Collins Locke Meredith. Among the most important factors to consider when you're hiring an injury attorney is trust. You trust your attorney will put your interest first, treat you with respect, fairness, and honesty. You trust them to be there for you when you need them. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, thousands of clients have trusted us to represent them, and for good reasons. Please visit us at LockeMeredith.com to learn more, and whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Chad Ryder. The first round of the NFL Draft is tonight, taking place in Pittsburgh. The Giants have the 5th and 10th overall picks. What will New York do? ESPN NFL draft analyst Jordan Reed.
I think one of those picks are going to be defense, but you have to help Jackson Dart out as well. So whether it's an offensive lineman, they have a hole at right guard, and then also they need a receiver with Malik Neighbors coming off the ACL tear. Wanda Robinson is now gone. They just don't have that bona fide number one until Malik Neighbors gets back. So do you get somebody like a Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State at number 10 overall? I think that makes a lot of sense. And then with that 5th overall pick, you go with somebody like a Sonny Styles or a Caleb Downs.
And you can listen to the NFL Draft right here on ESPN Radio. Coverage starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can watch the draft on ESPN and ABC at 8 Eastern. NBA news, ESPN's Shams Charania reported that the Bucks finalizing a contract with Taylor Jenkins to be their new head coach. Thunder star Jalen Williams will miss the remainder of their first-round playoff series against the Suns with a strained hamstring. Day baseball, and the Dodgers blanked the Giants 3-0. Tyler Glasnow 8 scoreless.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR. We are presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing, a special remote today. Yes, it is the first day of the NFL draft, but we're here for a very different reason. Starting bright and early this morning through just about 2 minutes ago is Team Kate Swab event, and we're thrilled to be here today, hopefully helping Kate Hargett, 11-year-old, with a rare type of blood cancer, find her donor. She's in need of a bone marrow transplant, and this Swab event here at Fran U, at Our Lady of the Lake, all trying to find a donor for Kate, a match for Kate, help save her life. So hopefully today was that day. We'll know whenever they work hard to get all these samples. And are we good? Okay, to get all these samples, and we'll find out definitively if in fact we're able to find Kate's match. But we'll say a lot of prayers and hope that day was today. And if you couldn't make it out today, they will have the Swab event continues tomorrow, same place right here. And even if you couldn't make it out today or tomorrow, you can still get swabbed to join the NMDP, which is the National Marrow Donor Program, by going to the website, 1045ESPN.com. We have the link on our website. They'll send you a swab kit. Takes 30 seconds. You swab your cheek, mail it back in. Or, as we learned today from Dr. Saba, who is with us, you can go to LA Wallet. If you open up LA Wallet, the app on your phone, and go to the menu, there is right there on the menu a tab where you can join the NMDP. So they make it really easy. So please do so. If you feel called to, we'd certainly appreciate it and help save a life. Okay, it's After Further Review. Thanks for hanging out with us here, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Today was day 14 of LSU spring football, and it was the 14th and final spring practice access that we had, the media had, in the first spring under Lane Kiffin. And I'll tell you, if I had my biggest takeaways from spring, so they'll practice again on Saturday, but there's no media access for Saturday. But if I had to, and listen, every minute of access they gave us, I was there. Every practice, every minute they gave us, I was there. And if I could tell you my single biggest takeaway from spring, it would be it started with the defense overwhelming the offense. And I don't think that's in any way a surprise. Blake Baker is back. Basically all of his staff, save Kyle Williams, is back. You return a lot of star players at all three levels of the defense. You've added key transfers like, obviously, Prince William Monmielen, Jordan Ross, TJ Daugherty, Ty Benefield. So you've added elite players at every level. The defense, we think, is going to be really good. I mean, they were a top 30 defense in the country a year ago, and there's reason to believe they might be better this year. And they were overwhelming the offense early. Lane Kiffin used the word discouraging, that it was discouraging a couple of Saturdays ago watching that scrimmage with how poorly the offense played. The 6 turnovers, the 5 interceptions, really struggled to find any type of consistency. Well, since that day, the offense found their stride, and they've kept getting better, and that continued here on day 14. They open up, if you follow these reports, when they open up practice, the first thing they do is a period they call quick 6. So it's fast tempo, 11 on 11, 6 plays, first team offense against first team defense on one field, and second team offense, second team defense on the other field. I went back and looked at my notes from all of the practices, and the offense has scored in that drill one time. It's not been good. That drill has not been good for the offense at all. Today, it didn't start great. Jordan Ross got a sack on the first play, but then Tradez caught a pass. Jace Brown caught a pass on the sideline. Couple of quick plays. LSU moved down the field a little bit. And then Phillip Wright caught a short slant, turned upfield, and housed it from beyond 50 yards. Split the safeties and took it to the house. That was the 4th play. They went and ran a 5th play, ran a 2-point conversion, and Husson Longstreet hit Jackson Harris, who beat Ty Benefield for the 2-point conversion. I mean, what a great way to punctuate spring for the offense, which has been improving over the last 2 weeks and continued that again today. A couple of notes as we sort of empty the notebook. Malik Blockton, the defensive line transfer from Auburn, we told you about on Tuesday when we were out there. I happened to be watching the defensive line. They were just doing a drill, hitting the sleds, and something happened sort of awkwardly. He went off to the side, was working with the trainer. They took him to the injury tent. He didn't return, then was not there today. So no Malik Blockton. William Satterwhite, the center transfer from Tennessee, who's missed about a week now, was also not there. Still no Solomon Thomas. Let's see, Trey Brown, who we saw in a boot on his left foot Saturday in Tiger Stadium. He was absent again today. The good news, both Whit Weeks and Tamarcus Cooley participated in the team periods. We'd been seeing them do individual drills with their position groups, but when they would go team, they hadn't been participating. Today, both participated in the 7-on-7 and 11-on-11. It is important to note that there was no contact. They were not wearing shoulder pads, so this was just helmets and jerseys and shorts. So it's like it started in just helmets. They ramped up with wearing pads and having contact periods, and now it feels like they're tapering down in the last few practices. I did watch the one-on-one receiver DB drills. Remember, we've told you often that's a drill that is heavily skewed toward the offense. Of the 26 reps I charted, 12 for the offense, 14 wins for the defense. There were 3 PIs. Michael Turner had a PI against Trey Wilson. Deshaun Spears had a PI, and the freshman number 36, whose name I never remember, also had a PI. But touchdowns. Jace Brown had a touchdown against Ty Benefield. Jace Brown had a touchdown against Fahim Delane. Malik Elzy had a touchdown against Jakeem Jackson. There was a beautiful pass breakup by Haven Finney, who continues, I know I say this often, he continues to show physically he belongs. There's a reason why Haven Finney was the #1 corner in the country for 2027. He reclassed, early enrolled, so he should still be a high school junior right now, but he's going through spring practice with LSU, and every day out there, he flashes. He just shows you, okay, that's why this guy was the #1 corner in the country for 2027. He's going to have a super, super high ceiling. He has a super high ceiling in his career, and I cannot wait to watch him continue to develop. And there was another great pass breakup, by the way, as well. P.J. Woodland had a great one on Phillip Wright today in that one-on-one drill. Inside run, which is, again, that's a drill skewed toward the defense, where everyone knows you're running the ball between the tackles. That's what the drill's designed to do. Landon Clark had a 60-yard touchdown run on that drill, just busted a long one. And maybe that's the thing that is super interesting, because when we're watching the offense now, you're starting to see results that are reminiscent of Lane Kiffin's offense. When you think of Lane Kiffin's offense, you think they go fast, they hit big plays in the passing game, they create coverage busts, chunk plays in the running game, defensive miscues. Those are the things that I associate with a Lane Kiffin offense. It's not this methodical, plotting 12-play drive where you run it 9 times right at people. It's fast, and we're seeing that. Jackson Harris had a quick slant touchdown with the 2s in that inside run period. So you're seeing a lot of success. They also had a 7-on-7 and 11-on-11. So 2 things very quickly. A thought on each, the 7-on-7 and the 11-on-11. By the way, you can read all this at louisianasports.net for free if you'd like. So in the 7-on-7s, they go 1s, 2s, 1s, 2s. 5 plays for the 1s, 5 plays for the 2s, 5 plays for the 1s, 5 plays for the 2s. So 20 plays. I told you on Tuesday that in those 20 plays, 1 ball hit the ground, and it was the last play because there was a PI on P.J. Woodland. So, and the flags came raining in. On this day, the 4 possessions, 1s, 2s, 1s, 2s, all 4 possessions, the offense scored a touchdown. With the 1s, Trey Wilson caught a quick slant for a touchdown that he housed. With the 2s, Malik Elzy, coverage bust. CJ Jim Coyley lost his spot. Elsie scores. The ones go back out there. It was the second part of it was a red zone 7-on-7. Pass out into the flat to Harlem Berry, who got up the field and in the end zone. And then with the twos, Malik Elsie, again, beat C.J. Jim Coyley for a touchdown. So it was a day that was really effective for the offense. When they went 11-on-11, the team period, the offense had a 9-play drive that ended with a Dylan Jones direct snap for a touchdown. Now, he fumbled the snap, which we've seen way too much of that, but he picked it up and ran it into the end zone. I will give an asterisk on this, because in the second play of that drive, Husan Longstreet's rolling right, coverage bust. He hits Malik Elsie. It's a foot race. P.J. Woodland catches him and strips the ball and recovers it. It should have been a turnover. They allowed the offense, however, to continue from that spot of the fumble. And they went on to score. But anyway, great play by P.J. Woodland. The twos went 3 and out. The threes went 3 and out. And then they wrapped up practice with an 11-on-11 2-point play. The ones and the twos each got 3 plays. The offense was 0 for 6. The defense, jump ball to Trey Green, incomplete. They tried the Philly special. They ran a reverse to Jace Brown. He was going to throw it, but Ty Benefield came up with a TFL. And then the third play was the worst decision of the day by Husan Longstreet. He's rolling right, being pressured, throws back across the field, just heaves one toward Dylan Jones. Thankfully for the offense, Deshaun Spears had his back to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, that might be a 95-yard pick six. So terrible decision there. But then the twos went out there, incomplete to Corey Barber. Great pass breakup by Fahim Delane. Very nice play by Dylan Carpenter. Knocked the ball down at the line of scrimmage. And then a quarterback draw was short. I'll tell you, I thought Dylan Carpenter, and this is going to be one of the things we talk about as we continue, recapping spring. I think especially with the injury to Gabe Relaford, you're looking at, all right, Prince Wilumanmielen and Jordan Ross are your starters. Well, who's next? I think Dylan Carpenter from Santa Ma going into his 4th year now, I think he's a guy that defensively made a move, especially when they were giving Umanmielen and Ross, they're giving him a breather, giving him a blow, just getting him off the field and give other guys reps. 97's the one that went out there and seemed to flash. So really good on the local kid, Dylan Carpenter, who I think had a really, really good spring and is going to become part of that defensive end rotation. So, man, a lot to like. The defense made some great plays and some big moments, but the offense, which is what we really needed to see, was this offense get it in gear and prove it can be competent and move the football. Seeing that gives you a bit of an exhale, and I'll remind you again, you did it without your starting quarterback. Like, you haven't had Sam Levitt for spring. So when you get Sam Levitt back, in theory, that should just help escalate and elevate the offense even more. So LSU will have one more spring practice on Saturday. No media access, or access is done for spring. We'll talk to Lane Kiffin on Tuesday, and he'll recap all of spring, so we'll tell you what Lane had to say on Tuesday. But we appreciate the access and hope you enjoyed all the updates. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Rouse's, official supermarket of the Saints, Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. We are about 2 hours away from the start of the NFL draft. And, of course, if you're going to be watching the draft, maybe head on into Rouse's, pick up dinner for the whole family, maybe grab some ice-cold Bud Light, some Evermore water, whatever it is that you want, and prepare to watch the draft with our friends from Rouse's, the official supermarket of the Saints. They got their weekly ad that you can get on the website, their Facebook page to see all the great deals. If you're buying on a budget, make sure you check it out at Rouse's. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com, Rouse's. This feels like home. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. Glad you're aboard with us here. Rolling through hour number 3 as we inch closer to the start of the NFL draft. All the latest draft news and buzz will continue to hit that as we roll through hour number 3 of AFR, presented by Decision Critical.
After Further Review.
Being out here today it's actually been very pleasant. Was a little hot earlier, but mostly cloudy, little overcast, and really nice. But as well as I do, the relentless triple-digit temps are right around the corner. Make sure your Home Central AC is ready to withstand the brutal, relentless Louisiana summer. Give River City's 1 Hour Air a call. Get your preseason AC tune-up. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. Mention the Moscona special. They'll knock $30 off the price. It's at River City's 1 Hour Air. Don't go through the brutal Louisiana summer without first having your AC checked to make sure it is in tip-top shape. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Another roof gone too soon.
Looks like neglect. There's no doubt about it. This is a case of poor installation.
At Pelican Roofing, we don't guess. We investigate to find the real cause of your roof's problems. Call Pelican Roofing for your free roof investigation today.
Case closed.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. And when you're cooking with clean, affordable propane, you're cooking with gas. In the wintertime, nothing heats a home like Louisiana propane. And when you need hot water, propane's got you covered. Oh, and you won't regret that propane generator when the power goes out. I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and to find more information and to find a propane dealer near you, visit louisianapropane.com.
My father, J.B. Falgu, had a vision of growth for First American Bank and the communities we serve. The bank's foundation was built on his legacy of compassion, loyalty, and dedication. Through his years of leadership, First American has prospered to heights even J.B. could not have imagined. I know my father would be extremely proud of the customer service and financial stability that First American provides to Southeast Louisiana. We continue to thrive because of the legacy of J.B. Falgu.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
As we inch closer to the start of the NFL draft, I do find it interesting looking at the draft odds as something we followed throughout this whole process. Johnny Avello, the head odds maker at DraftKings, was with us a day ago. And his point was a good one, because whether you follow draft odds or not, and you sports bet or not, is sort of irrelevant. This just conceptually should make sense. If you're betting on live sports, you do your best based on what you know about these teams that are playing in whatever sport to try to guess how, what an outcome may be. When you're talking about the draft, it's just information. It's who has better information. Is it the bettors or the book that's setting the lines? So I think it's interesting to watch some of this movement, because we all know that Fernando Mendoza is going to be the first pick in the draft. So everyone sort of is assuming the draft starts with the second pick, when the Jets are going to pick 2. And the two quote-unquote elite edge rushers in this draft, the sort of consensus, Arvell Reese and David Bailey, that decision, I think, really is kind of going to determine how this goes, right? And right now, DraftKings has Arvell Reese minus 230 to go second overall, and David Bailey's at plus $1.70. So for those who don't sports bet, just so you know, minus 230 means you'd have to bet $230 to win 100. Plus 170 means you bet 100, you win 170. So Arvell Reese is kind of a significant favorite over David Bailey to be the number 2 pick in the draft, which would be to the Jets. Now, there could always be a trade, but the number 2 pick in the draft. So it stands to reason that if Reese is the pick at 2, Bailey would likely be the pick at 3. However, the current betting favorite to be the 3rd pick is Jeremiah Love. Now, it's close with Love and Bailey. So whatever the Jets decide to do will create a decision for the Cardinals at 3 unless if someone trades up to 3. So the Cardinals can take either the other elite edge rusher, Bailey or Reese, whichever doesn't go 2 to the Jets, or they can take the running back, Jeremiah Love, or does someone who want Jeremiah Love trade up to 3 to get him? Well, if they trade up to 3 and if Jeremiah Love goes 3, well, then David Bailey or Arvell Reese, the other edge rusher, in theory is still sitting on the board at 4 when the Titans pick. So it will be so interesting because Jeremiah Love right now is the betting favorite to be both the 3rd and the 4th pick, either Cardinals at 3, Titans at 4. The consensus seems to be Jeremiah Love's not getting past 4. So the question is, though, will the 2nd and 3rd picks be the 2 pass rushers? And if it's pass rusher at 2, Love at 3, well, what do the Titans do at 4? Do they take the other pass rusher? Do they take Sonny Styles? Do they try to trade out of the pick? That's where I think you're going to see maybe the real intrigue start in this draft, because if there is a team that is just desperate for an edge rusher, Dallas could certainly come into play there. The Saints could come into play there. Could you see one of those teams move up to 3 or 4 to take either Reese or Bailey if they get past, whichever one gets past 2, if Jeremiah Love goes 3? Does that make sense? So assuming Mendoza 1, one of the edge rushers 2, if the 3rd pick is Jeremiah Love, then one of those edge rushers, Reese or Bailey, still going to be on the board at 4. Do the Titans take him? Do you see a trade there to try to nab an elite edge rusher? Maybe. So that's going to be a fascinating thing to watch unfold. For what it's worth, the Saints with the 8th pick, the betting favorite to go 8 is still Jordan Tyson at plus 225, and then a distant second is Mansour Delane at plus 425. So do the Saints go receiver? If Carnell Tate's already off the board, do they take Jordan Tyson? If Tyson's off the board or they don't go receiver, is Mansour Delane potentially the pick at 8 overall? Or do they look at Ruben Bain? I mean, you can sort of see how the board could play out and what type of decisions the Saints are going to have to make. Now, Mickey Loomis, in his press conference a day ago, in his pre-draft press conference, he was talking about the cornerback position, and in particular, the slot position, he was asked, is slot cornerback a premium position in Brandon Staley's defense?
Maybe a little bit. I wouldn't say it's significantly different, but maybe. But I'd say maybe a little different. Yes. I mean, you have to pay attention to the schemes you're running and what your coaching staff values in terms of what they're trying to get accomplished. So yeah, it does have some impact.
And the follow-up was about Mansour Delane specifically, and the conversations that the Saints brass had with the LSU cornerback at his pro day.
Look, I don't want to get into a discussion about specific players, but look, I had a good talk with him. He's an impressive young man. I talked to him about some of the things that he was doing, in the offseason, and look, he was great. He had great answers, and obviously a really good player that's going to get taken high.
part of why the pre-draft press conference is generally a worthless exercise because nobody wants to tip their hand and give away any information. But you can sort of see how things are narrowed for New Orleans when they're on the clock at 8, provided they don't get aggressive and move up. It is worth revisiting this, however. If you were not here at the top of the show, we let you hear from Ian Rappaport, who earlier today on the NFL Network did, in fact, list New Orleans as one of the teams that could move up in this draft to take one of those elite edge rushers.
The potential of number 3, yes. I do expect Jeremiah Love to be in play there at number 3. But, Tom, the Arizona Cardinals and then probably the Tennessee Titans after them as well face a couple fascinating decisions because if Arvell Reese is there, I would expect him to garner significant trade interest from other teams in the top 10. The New Orleans Saints and Mickey Loomis have traded up plenty of times over the last decade. They've never met a big-time player they didn't at least consider trading up for. You'd wonder, considering they need an edge, Cam Jordan not signed, would they be a potential team? And then the Kansas City Chiefs also looking for players on the edge. Could they be a team that looks to come up to 3 or 4 for an edge rusher? That is going to be one of the biggest pressure points very early in this draft.
We told you the statistic yesterday. As the general manager, Mickey Loomis has made 38 draft trades. 4 of them have been to move back. They don't move back, they move up. And I could see a world where, yes, if Arvell Reese or David Bailey is lingering there at 4, the Saints could get aggressive and go up to get him. And, this is, you heard Rappaport say there, sort of dovetail into the conversation about Cam Jordan, where we don't know what Cam's future is going to be in New Orleans. He is presently unsigned. He is an unrestricted free agent. He is free to sign with anyone, yet there has been no one that has signed him, which tells you what his market is. He said, sort of infamously, the cents have to make sense, and they're not right now. He wants what DeMario Davis got. He wants a multi-year deal with guaranteed money. Well, he's a guy that has been a declining player for 4 years, had a very nice season this year, but that is still an outlier. And there's no reason to believe firmly that Cam's drinking from the fountain of youth. That feels like a one-off. So teams wouldn't be smart to invest a multi-year deal with guaranteed money in Cam Jordan. I would be happy to give him a low base and a high incentive-laden contract if he wants to be a double-digit sack guy again. But that's a decision that the Saints may have to make and may make tonight, depending on what they do at 8 overall if they get aggressive and move up. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here on this Thursday edition of AFR presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. It's not just healthcare, it's healthcare for your lifestyle. We'll knock out a quick break and continue from the parade grounds at LSU where we are winding down the Team Kate Swab event. What an awesome day we've had here today, and we'll certainly recap that for you as we roll along. Stay with us. It's AFR.
After Further Review.
We're brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. The Watermark downtown, the Renaissance Southtown. That's Bluebonnet right near I-10. Remember, Watermark Baton Rouge, downtown Baton Rouge, the premier hotel property in Baton Rouge, voted by you the best hotel in the best of 225. Watermark Baton Rouge is just gorgeous. The original Louisiana National Bank building. Had lunch actually at the Gregory just last week. Great place for a business lunch during the day, to go have dinner at night. Sunday brunch at the Gregory is awesome. And some people say, I just don't like to park downtown. Okay, great. When you're going to dine at the Gregory at Watermark Baton Rouge, it's complimentary valet. So you just pull up to the front of the hotel. The valet takes your car and goes and parks for you. You don't have to worry about it. VIP all the way. It's the Watermark in downtown Baton Rouge. Great place to stay for any LSU home football game or for guest family coming in from out of town. It's Watermark Baton Rouge.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the new 25 Jeep Grand Cherokee with $15,000 off MSRP.
Plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou vehicles.
If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
After a decade of working in private duty nursing, I know how hard it can be to find compassionate care for the ones that you love the most. So I started Decision Critical, a premier concierge nursing agency, so we can take care of you wherever you are. Our highly skilled nurses provide exceptional care from the comfort of your own home with personalized packages for short-term, long-term, or even around-the-clock care. Visit us at decisioncriticalbr.com and give us a call today to get started.
Looking for cleaner energy? Propane is energy for everyone. Propane water heaters are very cost efficient, and the savings are even greater with a tankless propane water heater. We all know that Louisiana propane is a safe and environmentally friendly fuel. So why not go green while you save some green? I'm Miss Louisiana, Gabrielle McLeod, and for more information, visit louisianapropane.com.
Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting us online or text or call for free confidential help now.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know each case and client are unique, and that no two cases are the same. But one thing remains constant, and that is our passion to help our clients. After an accident, we know your life has changed, which is why we passionately fight to make you and your family whole. Remember, whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 2.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
Well, I don't like it because it means that last year didn't go very well. So you don't want to be picking in the top 10. But once you get to the draft, and you look at the quality of the players that exist, you get excited about, I know we're going to get a really good player at pick 8. So you get excited about that, a guy that can have an impact on your team.
Mickey Loomis meeting with reporters on Wednesday. Saints with the 8th pick in the draft. I want to go on record right now with what I would like to see the Saints do. Muse, Paulie, I'll come to you two guys in a second as well if you're interested, throwing out what you think. But I think I vacillated a lot here because when you're picking 8th, it's true. You don't have bad options. You're bad enough because you're picking 8th. You're bad enough to where you need a lot of things, and you're picking high enough to where you're going to get somebody with a first-round grade. Now, the Saints don't often pick top 10. They did a year ago. Remember, they took Kelvin Banks with the 9th overall pick. But prior to that, the last time that you're looking at the Saints with a top 10 pick, Taliesin Fuaga was 14th, Brzee was 29th, Olave was 11th, and Penning was 19th. That was obviously the year where you did the trade with the Eagles. Peyton Turner was 28th, Ruiz was 24th. You kind of become well acquitted with picking middle, late round 1. Marcus Davenport, remember you traded up to take Davenport 14th. Marshawn Lattimore was the 11th pick back in 2017, and Sheldon Rankins was the 12th pick in 2016. Andrews Pete was the 13th pick. I mean, when you look at the Saints picking top 10, aside from last year with Kelvin Banks, the last time the Saints picked top 10 was 2008, where they took Cedric Ellis 7th overall. I mean, Banks was the first time in nearly 20 years that the Saints picked top 10 again. So it's an unfamiliar position for New Orleans to be in. Now, for a long time, they were in that position because they weren't very good. Now, remember, Mickey Loomis traded up to take Jonathan Sullivan, 6th overall. You took Ricky Williams with the 5th overall pick. So there's, obviously we know Reggie Bush went 2nd overall in 2006, but the point is, you haven't been in this position often, so it's a little bit of a different approach. For me, my approach has been, as we've talked about it, I want to get a player at a premium position that you can't get a player of that ilk at that position, generally speaking, outside of the top 10. It's why edge rusher, quarterback, left tackle, elite cornerback, those are the positions that you tend to target. So you're not drafting a quarterback in the top 10. You don't need an offensive tackle. So it really leaves the elite level prospects on the defensive side. Can you get an edge rusher or a cornerback in the top 10? Now, I also have banged the drum for an elite level top end receiver because the Saints have just never had that guy. They've had number 1 receivers and good receivers in the past, but they've never had a guy that you would challenge for being the best, most explosive, dynamic, game-breaking receiver in the NFL. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, JSN. No one is ever going to confuse any of the Saints receivers in the history of the organization with being that. So, Marcus Colston's a Saints Hall of Famer and was a great NFL player for a long time. He wasn't that. So if you have the opportunity to get that guy, okay. I also believe picking at 42 in a deep receiver draft, you're going to have the opportunity to get great value at receiver at 42. And so I've really come around on the idea of the Saints looking at Chris Bell from Louisville at 42 and going best defensive player at 8. And I think that's going to be Mansour Delane. I don't want it to come across as I'm just banging the drum for the LSU guy, because that's not the case. If Jermon McCoy were healthy and there was a consensus that he was the best cornerback in the draft, I'd be perfectly fine taking Jermon McCoy. But some of the conversations that we're having about Jordan Tyson that give me pause are the same reasons I have pause about Jermon McCoy. The injury situation with those guys is real. And if you're going to invest a top 10 pick, this has to be someone that is a day one starter for you, and that is going to be an impact starter for a long time. That's what you're picking in the top of round 1 when you have the 8th overall pick. So there are no injury concerns with Mansour Delane. There are no character concerns with Mansour Delane. He has the size, the ability to day one step on the field and be a lockdown number 1 corner. I'm not suggesting that he's Derek Stingley. I'm not suggesting he's going to be the best corner in the NFL, but he is light years better than what you have right now in Kool-Aid McKinstry and Quincy Riley. And I think if you take Delane at 8, that allows you to say from day one, you take away this half of the field. And then the other side is you're looking at Quincy Riley, or you're looking at Kool-Aid as your 2 and Quincy Riley as your slot. I mean, I think that is the best path that is going to be realistic. Now, if something crazy happens and David Bailey or Arvell Reese is sitting there at 6 and you decide to move up a couple of spots to get him, okay. I don't love that idea because I don't love giving up number 42, because I think at 8 and 42 you're going to get 2 starters on a team that needs a lot of young talent. But if you can get the best pass rusher in this draft somewhere around 6 and you just got to move a couple spots to do it, generally I'm going to be okay with that. I really think the only thing that I will come, when we're talking here on Friday, the only thing that I think I would be really upset is if they trade up to take Jeremiah Love, I would be furious. And if they traded up, honestly, to 3 to take an edge rusher and they give up next year's first-round pick, probably the 2 this year and next year's 1, because you just have too many needs. And, yeah, as Mickey Loomis said a day ago, they're not a player away. So being that aggressive and giving up top-tier draft capital where you can get multiple impact players doesn't seem worth it to me because you're not a player away. I gave you examples of the Chiefs going up to get Patrick Mahomes, of the Falcons going up to get Julio Jones. Big-time moves to get players that you don't think about the capital you gave up, but those were teams that were drafting 27th. They were already playoff teams, and they got really aggressive to go get a player they wanted because they felt they were a player away. The Saints are not. So I have a hard time justifying a move up in round 1 tonight. So the Saints are sitting there at 8. That's what I'd like to see them do. I'd like them to take Mansour Delane and then grab a best receiver available there in round 2 at 42. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Locations all over South Louisiana. You can go to ShawBillsTire.com. It's name brand tires at wholesale prices. Remember, they will sell you the best tires on the road at the cheapest price possible, and they guarantee it. If you buy tires at Shaw Bills, you find those tires advertised cheaper somewhere else, they'll refund you 125% of the difference. It's Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling. All right, Muse Pauly, you're on the clock. You get to make the pick. Go ahead.
I personally would like to see the Saints either go wide receiver or cornerback. I mean, I think those are their two biggest needs. I don't really think you desperately need an edge rusher, at least in this draft right now with what you still have on the team. You could always sign Cam Jordan back to at least a one-year deal if you want to go that route. Or if you feel convicted to take an edge rusher, I mean, they're going to do it. But for me, I would rather wide receiver, and if it's not a receiver, then go Mansour Delane. Cornerback's a big need for this team, and that's what I would like to see them do.
I personally, if I'm making the pick, I'm also taking Mansour Delane. I think corner is your weakest position on defense. What do I think they're going to do? I think they're targeting an edge. If it's moving up, I think they're going to take either Bailey or Arvell Reese, and if they stay put at 8, I think they possibly target Ruben Bain.
I see how it all plays out. We all three want him to go Mansour Delane. We're just a bunch of gigantic LSU homers. We're here on LSU's campus, so why not? But honestly, I don't think it's that at all. I think Delane, you have a chance to take the best player at a premium position. If you take a corner in round 2, it's going to be just a significant drop-off. So I get it. I think it's why we're all kind of sitting right there. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're with us. Thursday shows are presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. It's not just healthcare. It's healthcare for your lifestyle. DecisionCriticalBR.com. DecisionCriticalBR.com. Hat tip to Blasia and her great team. We tell you all the time, if you got a newborn at home like Pauly and you're having trouble sleeping, call Decision Critical. Their nurse can maybe take care of your baby for a few nights while you catch up on some sleep. Maybe it's end-of-life care, hospice. Maybe you've got a difficult diagnosis. You need to carry out your doctor's orders at home. Our friends over at Decision Critical, their expertly trained nurses will come in the home to help you. It's DecisionCriticalBR.com. Schedule that discovery call today, DecisionCriticalBR.com. Okay, final segment from the LSU Parade Grounds, where we're here today for the Team Kate Swab event. If you couldn't make it out today, you still got time tomorrow, or you can always join the NMDP registry online, your LA Wallet app. That's the National Marrow Donor Program, NMDP. Join and help save a life. Okay, quick break. Jimmy's here for Otter Locks. Stay with us. We'll wrap it up next on AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Siegen Air Airline, LA16 in Denham, Mid-City on Don Moore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Buy local, shop local over at Clegg's Nursery. Then we're out here on the parade grounds, and I've told you, I got stung by a wasp a little bit ago on my leg. Need some wasp spray? They got it at Clegg's. They got all kind of like mosquitoes and stuff out here. Maybe what they need to go do is go to Clegg's and get that Aeon mosquito barrier and hang it on the property line around here at the quad or the parade grounds. Get rid of these skeeters. Hey, look, you want to beautify your lawn, your garden, your outdoor space? They can help you do that at Clegg's. Full greenhouses, mulch, soil, bag, bulk. They got everything. But if you want to keep some pests away, you need to get the weeds out of your lawn, Clegg's can help with that as well. So get by any of the 4 Clegg's Nursery locations. Buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you in to Clegg's Nursery.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Ever wonder why cane sauce doesn't come in a pre-sealed packet? It's because it's made fresh inside every Raising Cane's every single day. Because when you make it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. We are honored and humbled to receive from our clients in Google, based on 5-star client reviews, the designation of our law firm is highly recommended. Whether you hire us at all, please give us a call, 272-5555. You have nothing to lose.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Meredith. Injuries happen when you least expect them to, making your life more complicated. At Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates, we know this, and we strive to help each of our clients during these times. Whether you hire us at all, give us a call at 272-5555.
When it comes to industrial construction, River Parish Contractors can do it all. Mechanical, structural, custom fabrication, specialized welding, and turnaround services. Strategically located in between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, we have the local team with the experience and commitment to safety to manage the most complex industrial projects. Period. Here's the deal. Partnering with us means your project is delivered on time, on budget, and most important, safely. River Parish Contractors, let's get building.
Bayou Ford has the new 25 Ford F-150 Lariat truck with $12,000 off MSRP, plus the 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
We're brought to you by River Parish Contractors, rpcontractors.com, and I'm giving you the website because if you're looking for work, maybe you don't love your job now or you need a new one, you need River Parish Contractors. Go to the website, rpcontractors.com. You'll see the Apply tab on the top of the homepage, rpcontractors.com. They have immediate openings for tackers, pipe fitters, welders, pipe cutters. They've got night shifts. They've got 510s. No rainouts, long-term work that you can count on, plus full benefits with River Parish Contractors. I'm talking insurance, 401k, paid time off. It's River Parish Contractors. And with the shop just outside of Reserve, they're close to everything, all the work between Baton Rouge and Chalmette. So you are home with your family every night. It's River Parish Contractors. So you interested? Apply now online at rpcontractors.com, rpcontractors.com.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on this beautiful Thursday edition of AFR, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Working on getting in touch with Jimmy to do auto locks. A couple of quick reminders. Tomorrow's show, Friday, we're at Zurich. So it's something we've done for a decade, maybe longer. Every year, the Friday of the Zurich Classic, we do our show from Zurich. It's always the Friday of the NFL draft. So we'll have a full recap of day one of the draft, a preview of the rest of the weekend. One quick note, if you have not heard, LSU and Mississippi State game one of the series has been moved up to 3 p.m. So that's devastating for me. But as we will start AFR tomorrow at Zurich at 3 p.m. But game one, due to the forecast of inclement weather in Starkville, game one has been moved up to 3 p.m. So Hunt Palmer will be live from Starkville doing the Hunt Palmer Show and covering the weekend series for LouisianaSports.net. But Hunt will be there on from 1 to 3, effectively acting as a pregame show, as the game has now been moved up to 3 p.m. Game one was originally scheduled for a 6 p.m. first pitch. Okay, let's find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Auto Locks.
Auto Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Yo, Otter, what up?
What's going on, Matthew? We
just missed sweeping the Randy McKay hockey stick last night, man. He hit the big dog and hit the first. We had 2 power plays in overtime. We couldn't finish it off. So 2-1 for him, 2-1 for me. So we getting back on the right track. Remember, Colucci last Thursday gave us that 11.5 to 1 parlay last week. He's got some more picks tonight for us.
All right.
He's going with Ottawa, the Senators, minus 120. And then he's got the Kings plus the puck line. So plus 1.5 goals against the Avalanche. So Ottawa minus 120 and the Kings plus 1.5 for Colucci's picks on the ice. He gave us 3 for tomorrow as well. I don't have those in front of me, but we'll put those out again tomorrow on the website.
The Kings plus 1.5. I'm looking at minus $1.92. It's a ton of juice. We like that.
Yeah, that's what he gave us.
Okay.
So,
all right. No, all good.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah.
What about anything in the draft tonight?
I've got several things still live at the DraftKings. By far the best menu left. I've got the Bills to take a defensive line / edge, right around even money. I have the Rams to take a wide receiver. I have, and Randy and I are on this one. We have, and that's about even money as well. We both have Baltimore to take an offensive lineman, and then Kansas City to take an offensive lineman. That one's playing pretty good at plus 250. Okay. So for first players taken there. Got 2 plays in the NBA tonight. We got the Knicks. It's creeping down now, Matt. You might get it to 1 right now. When I gave it to Hunt, it was at 1.5. Game 3 in Atlanta after that game 2 was stolen from them. And then I also have the Toronto Raptors plus 2.5. We're looking at some 3s popping around on that one as well. So more favorable lines in the NBA moving our way. We gave out the Yankees earlier today with Littler. They are scoreless early on. And then Joe Ryan against the Mets. Mets finally broke that losing streak, but Ryan for the Twins is throwing as good as anybody, maybe minus Jose Soriano for the Angels. So that's a tough matchup for the Mets today. Right around even money with the Twins at Citi Field tonight.
All right, so we like
smorgasbord.
So the Yankees in game, they're down 1-0, so that's plus $1.31 there in the fourth. And we said we like the Twins minus $1.05.
Twins money line, yeah.
Okay, Twins on the money line. Okay, so a lot. You've got the Knicks, the Raptors, the Yankees, and the Twins. And then on the ice, you got Ottawa, and then the LA Kings on the puck line. That's plus 1.5. And then Jimmy has his draft picks as well that we just gave out. So tomorrow at Ruffino's, recapping it all?
Yes, indeed. Tomorrow Ruffino's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So there'll be a lot to it's been a great week of sports, man. I know we don't talk about the hockey too much, but the NBA has been really good after a couple of duds on Saturday, Sunday. The hockey's been great. Now you got the draft. It's been a really fun. A lot. I mean, the Padres down 3 in the ninth, come back with a 5 spot to win. So we got all kinds of things going on in sports right now.
All right, Otter, we appreciate it. Good luck.
All right, good luck.
All right, man. It's after further review. It'll do it for us. Moose Pauly back in studio. Cassie on site. Thanks to everybody who helped make this an amazing day here at the Team Kate Swab event. You can come out here to Parade Grounds tomorrow or get the info online, 1045ESPN.com. Have a great night.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, remind you about our friends over at Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics and a great partner of ours here today at the Team Kate Swab event. We had Dr. Saba with Our Lady of the Lake here earlier today, Ashley Cowan, LSU gymnast, who's one of their NIL athletes with Our Lady of the Lake. Such a great way that they expand healthcare to give back to our communities and obviously LSU athletes on the field, the court, the diamond, and then everyday champions like you and me. You know, more than half of Louisianians, wherever you are in the state, utilize an Our Lady of the Lake or an FMOL property. If it's one of the hospitals or one of their clinics, the specialty services, they continue to expand healthcare across our state, bringing world-class care here at home. and they are the championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, together we roar.
It's not easy to be a champion.
It's built from every swing, pitch, and game all season long. In the grind, the focus,
and in the recovery.
FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake experts provide best-in-class care for our state's world-class athletes, because it takes a champion to care for champions.
I trust the lake to keep me at my best.
From championship athletes to everyday champions, trusted care starts here.
Jordan Faber here with some exciting news. Faber Automotive has officially arrived. We're proud to introduce your new hometown dealership, Faber Chevrolet GMC. That means more inventory, better deals, and the same great local team. Now backed by the trusted Faber family name. Whether you're shopping or servicing, you'll feel the difference from day one. Allow us the opportunity to earn your business.
Fabry Chevrolet GMC. Visit us in St. Francisville or online at FabryChevrolet.com.
At Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer, we know hard work starts with the right equipment. Right now, take advantage of the powerful 3025 e-tractor with loader for just $297 a month, with 0% financing for 72 months. Whether you're tackling land, property, or projects, this is the tractor built to get it done. Don't wait. This offer ends April 30th, 2026. Visit sunequip.com or stop by a Sunshine location today.
I'm Lawyer Locke Meredith. If you're battling an insurance company because of a wreck not your fault and they're not calling you back or being fair, whether you hire us at all, give us a call, 272-5555, or email Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates. You have nothing to lose.
Hello, I'm Collins Meredith. If you've been injured on the job, you likely have a workers' compensation claim, but you may also have a tort claim which opens up significant recovery rights not normally available for a work injury. If this is you, call us or come see us at Locke Meredith, Sean Fagan and Associates.